This segment of Dirt Digglers' Shitty Sports Show was brought to you by ESPN. We pick your idols for you. Remember Tim Tebow? You do now.
Warning. Pregnant women, the elderly, and children under 16 should avoid prolonged exposure to Dirt Diggler. Dirt Diggler may suddenly accelerate to dangerous speeds. Dirt Diggler has high gluten content and is not kosher, halal, or vegan safe. Do not ingest Dirt Diggler, as Dirt Diggler is for external use only. Discontinue listening to Dirt Diggler if any of the following occurs: itching, vertigo, dizziness, discoloration of urine, tingling in extremities, loss of balance or coordination, slurred speech, temporary blindness, profuse sweating, heart palpitations, increased use of profanity. If listening to Dirt Diggler gives you an erection lasting longer than 4 hours, you're welcome. Listening to Dirt Diggler may lead to unplanned pregnancies. If Dirt Diggler begins to smoke, get away immediately. Seek shelter and cover head. Dirt Diggler may stick to certain types of skin. When not in use, Dirt Diggler should be returned to a special container and kept under refrigeration. The ingredients of Dirt Diggler include, but are not limited to, a glowing substance which fell to the earth, presumably from outer space, and bad memories. Do not taunt Dirt Diggler. Dirt Diggler does not come with a lifetime guarantee. Dirt Diggler. Enjoy the show.
Extra heat.
All right, what's going on? It is the Dirt Diggler,
That's
the
right,
dirtiest
bitch.
Diggler
Right,
to ever
bitch.
Diggler for Dirt Cut Diggler. And back in the studio, to my left is...
Kenny the Dork, unapologetically New England and wondering about our sponsors.
Ah, great sponsors today. And from Virginia, live, we have...
Brandon, and I am a Chicago kid.
And from the left coast, we have...
This is Gianni, the KC chick with LA branches.
the hostess with the mostess. Hey, this is Dirt Diggler's Shitty Sports Show. This ain't your grandpappy's podcast, but it might be your dirty uncle's podcast. You know, the one who drinks like old 8-Ball and St. Ides? That uncle?
Yeah, maybe a little old style.
This is his
Crooked
podcast. Crooked, oh shit, yeah, Crooked Eye Dog, love it.
Shit.
All right, so, we had some time off. We had the life we had to live, and I'm sure we all have some interesting stories regarding what we did with our time off. All right, whether it be the side hustles, family shit, relationship shit, life shit. So let's get into it, you know. And I'm gonna fall back, and I'm gonna let my crew speak first, please. So from the left coast, Gianni, what have you been up to in our time off?
I've been driving for Lyft, and I really underestimated how crazy people are in LA.
Wow, it's a statement.
I really underestimated it. But yeah, a little side hustle as we are working to build Indie Femme. You know, little side hustle to bring some cash in. But yeah, people are crazy. Like, no one has actually thrown up in my car, but I've had to pull over several times. And yeah, just it's not the business, man. It's just so not the business.
Oh, well, it's better than throwing up in their car because they're driving drunk. So
This is true. But, you know, I still don't want to smell the shit. You feel me?
oh, totally got you.
The smell of throw up is kind of repulsive.
It's
Kind of. I mean,
it's definitely.
are there
got its-
situations where it isn't, Brandon?
None that I can think of. So
I'm sure there's
that's
someone out
repulsive.
there that's like, know what I'm talking about. I like that fresh puke smell, but
I mean,
I don't know
really.
any of these people. So, all right, Brandon, what's been going on in soggy Virginia?
Besides the rain, everything's been good. Just the same as always, working, and I've worked myself into a promotion. So
Nice.
Nice.
So, are you like the regional manager for Chick-fil-A now?
Yeah.
I'm fucking with you, man. At least you get Sundays off.
Yeah, that's the best part. I get Sundays off, and all the free waffle fries I want.
Waffle fries are the business, man. Hey, look, congratulations on your
man.
promotion, though, at your real life
That's
office. At your real office, not Chick-fil-A.
I appreciate it, y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good work. Good job on your hard work, man. Looking forward to seeing you get promoted more often. All right, Dork, what you got? What you been up to?
Well, you know, me and the lady have been kind of doing some springtime events and whatnot.
I thought you were
Meeting
going
families.
somewhere else with that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry.
You thought it was going to make a left and it made it right.
Yeah, definitely made it right. You know, the tradition is we make lefts, but that was a pretty good right there. Please continue.
Okay.
Yes, you know. Now that we're talking about my rights. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, me and Lady Dork are getting on pretty well. I went to a dinner party with her friends last night.
A dinner party?
Oh, yes. There was lots of children running around.
Was it a fancy dinner party?
No. Bruh.
No? Not at all?
No, I was in Pasadena for, come on now.
Was it enjoyable, though?
It was.
Ah, good stuff.
They made good tacos.
Man, I'm making tacos tonight, man. Chicken tacos.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, man, they made this killer guacamole.
Nice. Good stuff. Homemade guac is the business.
And apparently all of her family and friends love me.
Aww.
That's always a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Yeah,
You're
it
a
is.
likable dude,
That is.
otherwise you wouldn't be in my house.
Well, yeah, and now next weekend we're looking forward to Memorial Day, and she's gonna meet my sister.
Ooh, fun
Aw.
times.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's a you know, we're moving to the big steps here.
Yeah, I see that, man. Best of luck.
Nice.
We're here for you. We're here
That's
for
me.
you. So, for me,
House.
in the Diggler home,
House Digley.
the House Digley, D1 has been playing AAU basketball, and she's been coming out of her shell a little bit as a player. However, not this weekend, but weekend prior, they played against a team, and they were really short. There was only 6 girls out there for our team, so you were going to play the full game. It's going to be rough. And this team was ultra competitive, which I don't actually mind. What I do mind is that they were fucking dirty, like super dirty. Like they were going after girls' legs. Like if you had a team full of Delavadovas that were women, young ladies, this is how
Wow.
they played, and the coaching staff was totally okay with this. She ended up getting injured, right? So she's got a sprained ankle, and so she hasn't practiced. She couldn't play this weekend here. And of course, Mrs. Diggler was fucking furious about how
Of
dirty
course.
this team was, right? So I ended up in the moral quandary of at what age do you start teaching kids all the dirty shit, right? Like when she was playing football in North Carolina, there was a team called the Raiders, and they were from the coach to the parents to the kids, they were fucking dirty as shit, like openly dirty kids. Pee-wee football kids get ejected, parents get kicked off the field. Like this is Pee-wee football. What are y'all doing?
Yeah.
In North Carolina at that. What the fuck are you doing? So. I'm sitting there like trying to help the coaches coach the kids, and I'm like, should I teach these 9-year-olds how to throat chop people? And I'm debating this because I'm like, I want to give them like some leverage to, some equalizing leverage here. But I'm like, you're 9, you probably don't know when you should throat chop someone. So I probably shouldn't show you how to throat chop somebody. So I ended up not doing it. But it presented that question again: when is it appropriate to teach kids all the dirty shit you've learned playing
11.
sports? 11? Is 11 the age?
I think 11 or 12.
Nah, man, because I taught a grown ass man how to throat chop somebody in Okinawa, and he did that shit immediately after I taught him. I mean, it was actually pretty cool though, but he wasted no fucking time.
I don't know why. I just imagine you guys remember Waterboy when he poked the kid in the eyes.
Yeah, Captain
I
Insano
just
shows no mercy.
imagine the guy doing that with a throat chop.
Yeah, that's how it went down too, right? This guy. It's a quick segue into that one. So we're playing flag football in Okinawa, Japan, right? Flag football. And, you got no helmet, no pads, nothing. And you had this one, I was playing lineman, and on the defense, you had this one kid that was just out of fucking control. And he had actually elbowed one of my guys in the mouth, and he was bleeding from his mouth. He was pissed, right? And I felt a certain kind of way about that. So I'm like, hey, look, man, if you come out there wild again, this is how you do it. So at halftime, I showed him how to do the throat chop. Right, you do the little jab step there, you hit him with the hand here, and then you pop him right in the throat, and freaking boom. Don't hit him hard, you're not trying to kill him. You just want to slow down. I'm like, but wait for him to like give him a couple warnings to chill out. Give him time before you just do it. Fucking next play on the field, man, all you hear is, hike. And then you hear this guy flipping out. Fuck you, I'll fuck you up, blah, 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 blah. And we had this one referee called Smokey, old white dude, like super old school, did not appreciate swearing on the field. So not only did this guy get throat chopped, he gets a 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike, right? Because he's losing shit.
It worked out in your favor.
Because he got hit in the throat. I mean, that's what you do. And, but for all the shit he talked, the desired effect was found. He was scared for the rest of the game. Like, he would talk shit and make the mean face, but when it came time to go, that hesitation was live.
So when it was time to do gangster
He wasn't
shit, he
about
wasn't
that.
down.
That gangster was gone. Like it did exact. I said, look, you throat chop a motherfucker here, slow right down. said for that play, he's done. He's not doing shit for that play because he's trying to make sure he's breathing. But for the rest of the game, he's going to think long and hard about whether or not what he's getting ready to do is worth the risk of getting hit in the throat again. And it worked perfectly. I just felt a certain kind of way because he wasted no time. He just went straight forward.
Hey, man, that's how you establish dominance.
He fucking took the initiative and popped him in his fucking throat, man. It was beautiful. But yeah, so I hesitated teaching children how to do that shit because they don't have the
ability to understand the awesome power you're about to imbue them with.
Well, that and they can really fuck somebody up, and I don't need that on my soul, right? So I end up deferring to not teaching the kids at that level of filthiness. But I think about it like a lot. I'm like, I could totally teach this kid how to throw a chop. All right, so hey,
what's the schedule?
Well, before we get into the schedule, let's hear a word from our first sponsor. Smythe Family Artisanal Small Batch Condoms. Handmade and individually tested by Mr. Smythe.
I'm Antonio Camardi, and this is the only brand I trust.
Wow, that's, I don't know if I know that as a married man, I trust the Smythe family.
I mean, so would I, if I were still,
about
that life.
If you're about that life.
Hey, did you see the Preakness yesterday?
I did not because I don't fucking watch that shit. But
I mean, it was right here, like over in Baltimore.
I know where it was. I just didn't.
and it was just like a sopping, muddy mess.
It was foggy. I heard it was really foggy and just nasty out there.
Boy, they should have waited till today.
Well, who knew? Other than the weatherman, who knew?
Even the weatherman didn't know.
Yeah, it's been raining for a solid week here in Maryland.
I'm just glad that none of the horses got hurt. I'll be really honest with you.
Yeah,
because Pete has been all over horse racing in recent years, and it's just too many times you hear about horses getting put down for that shit.
Well, once they stud them out though, they also stud them out, but a horse's legs are really fragile.
Yeah,
so their quality of life goes to shit once they snap a leg. Even in nature, they die.
Yeah,
so.
No, and I understand that. I'm just glad as far as I know, no horses got hurt.
Nope.
So I'm glad for that. And I got to say, I am tired of this Yanny or Laurel thing.
I hear neither.
Oh, my God.
I hear Laurel. If you don't hear Laurel, you are wrong.
You know what? I think it depends on what kind of phone you're using.
Yeah.
And where the speakers are pointed is going to determine what you hear.
Look, I've heard it on TV, I've heard it on my phone, I've heard it on the computer, and all I've heard is Laurel.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
But here's the thing. But I want to know who the hell comes up with this shit. This is like the blue and the black or the white and the gold dress.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Who invents this shit?
Like those visual effect things where you see the old lady or the young woman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's there's a whole group of people, and this is what they do. They study they make an assumption. And they go, all right, the brain should see this or hear this, and then they go test it, and this is what we end up with Yanni and Laurel.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep. So,
fuck those people. That's it. Fuck them.
Quit fucking with us.
Nice. So let's get into today's schedule, shall we?
Yes.
All right. So we have the hometown happenings. I'm going to cover the French Open a little bit. Postseason impressions or post game impressions. Our soapbox. Are you fucking kidding me? Which is a new segment added by Kenny the Dork. I'm looking forward to this one. The obligatory Would You Rather. And the shitty bit of the week. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are quite a ways away from the season starting for football. But just know that once camp goes in, we're going to tell you at length why your fucking division sucks.
We're going to go in hard.
We're going to go in this year. There's a lot of shit to be spoken of. And just look forward to that, and we'll give you a good preamble for the shows leading in.
Summer is coming, and so with it, another season.
And
don't take this shit personal. I mean, if you do, so what? But don't take it personal.
Actually, you know what? Send us your finest, most passionately misspelled hate mail to dirtjiggler2823@gmail.com. I'm curious. We're all curious to see what you're going to sit down and mash your fingers against the keyboard and come out with.
Oh, yeah. We love entertaining the keyboard warriors.
We would. We understand how you may feel like you can live vicariously through, another player. So when we besmirch the good name of Des Bryant, we want to hear from you. Because we're going to besmirch the good name of Des Bryant.
Did Des Bryant ever really have a good name?
I mean, he was born at some point.
Okay, all right, yeah, fair enough.
I give him that.
And then 10 minutes later, it was like, oh, that boy trash.
Everyone's born with a chance. At least a chance to do good things, shit.
Hey.
So, all right, let's get into it. Let's get into the hometown happenings. Boston, what you got?
Well, let me get through it, Gianni. The sooner you do that, the sooner we're done with it. But, the Bruins were eliminated by Tampa Bay, so hockey season should be over for me. But, you know what? Lady Dork's a huge Capitals fan. We're going to deal with that in a minute. So I've thrown my full support behind the Cats, much to her delight. So that, just to beat the team that beat my team mostly.
You know what? You're a smart man for that. That's a smart move.
Man.
Very smart, yes. I know.
Don't let sports come between, special
Football
time.
season's going to be the real test because, we have this thing going where for every time she calls Tom Brady a cheater, I get to call Ray Lewis a murderer.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're both trying. We're trying to hold off on doing either.
Look, I know I'm not in the house, right? But when it comes to that problem, let me take a stab at the solution here.
Don't get too deflated.
I don't want to see any Eagles get deflated here. However, I think you guys should have a wager because you're going to play at some point where the other team, like we did for the Super Bowl with the jerseys. Does that work?
I don't know that she'd be down.
Oh man, come on!
I don't know.
Where's the love?
Where is the love?
Where's the love?
Seriously, the first time I spent the night at her place, I wore Ravens pajama bottoms, so I didn't freeze my butt off.
Bold move.
Bold
move. All right, please carry on with your.
Yeah. Anyway, so baseball season's in full swing. I know none of you give a fuck about that, but I'm pretty excited to see the fact that the Red Sox and Yankees are now in pretty much a dogfight. They're both pretty elite. They're at top. They have the most wins in baseball between them, the best records in baseball, tied for first in the AL East. It's nice to see that, like, for the first time in pretty much a decade, Red Sox-Yankee games and the rivalry in general is meaningful because baseball needs this to be relevant.
Well, baseball needs the game to be entertaining.
And I'll tell you when it's entertaining is when Joe Kelly is cleaning the New York Yankees clock with his fists. That's what I loved. Did you see that fight?
No.
He is pretty much the mayor of Boston now. I think I've mentioned this a couple times.
Huh.
Yeah, like the Red Sox and Yankees a couple weeks ago, they had a little bit of a bench clearing brawl.
Oh.
And Joe Kelly kicked the shit out of one of the New York Yankees. That just owned his ass.
Honestly, my first response to the mayor of Boston was that it was Nick Foles who was the mayor of Boston. But I let that go.
No. He owns property in Boston.
He has a goat named after him.
Bitch, please.
No, there's. I'll get to it when I get to Philly. There's a goat.
Okay, fine. But so other than that, there's been no official announcement that Hartford's getting the Whalers back. But you know what? We remain hopeful that Gary Bettman and the NHL will do the right thing and give us the whale back. God damn it!
So with the addition of the Whalers, though, would that give us an uneven amount of teams, or are we already there with the Knights?
Oh, those long-suffering Vegas Golden Knight fans?
No, I mean just a count of teams, right? Like
I think we're at 30, maybe 31. The NHL has said they want to expand into smaller markets.
I mean, it's Hartford.
Yeah, it's the whale. I know. The Northeast market is kind of saturated.
Could they even take root with the fucking Rangers and the Islanders in New York right there,
and the Buffalo Sabres,
and the Sabres, and then you have the Bruins right there too.
And not only that, you have the Providence Bruins in the minor leagues.
Well, yeah,
but see, there was a cult following, yeah, in the Hartford area. You know what? You center them in a smaller venue, a more modern venue, they might do well.
Yeah. All right. So, on to Philly, yeah?
On to Philly, yeah.
All right. So, how many teams do we have in there first? So, before I do that.
16.
That's not an even number.
31.
31. So, this would even things out. Make it into a
it happen, Gary Bettman.
Similar format to what football's got going on. You can divide them into divisions of 4.
Yeah.
Make playoffs a little easier. All right. Cool beans, man. All right. So, with Philly... so my beloved Sixers are gone. They're the process.
They had a hell of a season, though.
Holy shit, they overachieved.
They really did.
They overachieved.
I'm going to go into it more at length in the NBA playoffs segment. What my takes on that, but you give us your take on what your Sixers.
The Sixers are the coach is already jockeying for whatever mercenary they can get, whether it be Paul George or LeBron James. LeBron James and Joel Embiid have a social media bromance going on right now. I think it's when LeBron James leaves the Cavaliers,
That's inevitable.
They fall to dust. That's just going to be what it is.
Yeah.
So it'd be like when Thanos snaps his fingers.
Pretty much, just like that.
Bruh.
No spoilers, but
Hey, it's been 3 goddamn weeks. You
Fuck
can
that.
tell.
It's been 3 weeks. We can talk about this shit at length.
Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Fine.
Brandon.
fine. Either way,
You've seen it.
I have seen it. The whole
So-
family saw it.
Yeah,
They were sad.
I know. I told you that was a gut punch of an ending.
They were not happy.
I expected it though.
But so what LeBron does and what Paul George does in the offseason is gonna really shift things. If they decide they're gonna, like, if Paul George goes to the East, and if LeBron stays in the East and goes to Philly, Philadelphia becomes an immediate contender. Boston's roster has looked really good, and they get 2 of their star players back next year. But Philly may be able to, with LeBron James, make some serious noise in the postseason to make a championship run. And so the coach, Brett Brown, has just been, all we need is 1 star. Just 1 star. Just 1 superstar, and we're good. And all the dudes are like, yeah, sure, fucking bring it. You would expect something like Embiid.
Embiid says he doesn't need it.
No. Embiid totally is okay with that. He's like, look, we understand. The league is predicated on superstars at this point. And it has been for the good last 20 years. But LeBron James is the guy. He has made the teams that he's played on
Infinitely better.
contenders just by his presence alone.
Like, see the Cavs.
You can't say that about any other active player.
No, you can't.
So if he goes to Philly,
Not active, no. Yeah.
no, when he goes to Philly with that roster, they become immediate contenders.
Yeah.
I mean, they're already in the
Yeah.
running, right? So, all right, but there are the playoffs, right? So, baseball, my Phils aren't doing so bad. They have a record of 26-17. They have been beaten up on some bad
Inferior,
teams right
yeah.
now. They've been beaten up. They're in the middle of an easy part of the schedule, but I'm just enjoying the fact that they're winning games, and hopefully I get to see them hit the postseason and maybe make some noise. But it's baseball. It's 1,000 games per season.
162.
Might as well be 1,000.
1,000.
It's 1,000.
Pretty much.
1,000.
Yeah, because
1,000,
the season goes till damn near election
It's too
day.
much.
It's
It's way too fucking
But
much.
the Mrs. Diggler and I have decided to go to an Orioles game when they play the Angels because she wants to see Shotoni.
Ah,
Otani, yeah.
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
quite the exciting young player.
Yeah, we hope that he's pitching that day because he's a big Japanese
Oh,
player.
have you already bought the tickets?
No, we're going to though.
I would say wait until you know what the rotation is going to be like.
Yeah.
When is that?
That's very smart.
We're looking at June or July. They're going to
Yeah.
play.
Yeah,
But-
that's like me. I'm going to D.C. to see the Sox play the Nats.
Cool. That sounds a good time, man.
4th of July.
So other than that, also the goat thing. So
sorry, kiddo.
there was a wager placed between the zoo in Boston and the zoo in Philly, and that the next goat born in the zoo will be named after the Super Bowl winning quarterback, right? Because Tom Brady's supposed to be the goat.
I'm going to tear you a new asshole in the NBA playoffs.
Okay, whatever, bro. So check it out. so of course, a new kid is born, a baby goat is born, and they have to name it Nick Foles because that was the wager, right? But if the Patriots would have won, then whatever goat was born in Philly would have been named Tom Brady.
And I could have really been behind, that kid.
I'm behind the kid up in Boston. It seems like a good kid.
I'm sure he does seem like a good kid. Those crazy kids, and
Those
they're
crazy
bouncing
fucking
around.
kids. But yeah,
Get them on a trampoline.
So that's the GOAT thing, right?
Yeah.
And this is one of the best parts about sports that I love is the cities themselves, the institutions like the respective mayors or governors or the zoos and all the other shit, how they get in on the favor, so to speak, with their very innocuous wagers. Like naming a GOAT after a football player is fucking...
Or like when the Falcons and the Patriots played in the Super Bowl, the mayors bet like a bushel of peaches and baked beans.
Yeah, and that's great. I love that kind of shit.
I love that too.
I love that kind of shit. So I think that's great, and I'd like to see it continue forward with sports. But
I just hate that we didn't make a wager on that series. Because I think you'd look good in a number 34 Celtics jersey.
You know what, man? Don't you
Lord.
ever fix your face to that to me again, dude. Don't you put that on me there, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
I'm saying, you feel like you would do better with the truth than the process.
Wow.
Brad.
Wow. I don't know. I mean, Paul Pierce was the truth, but
that's what I mean.
he's definitely was a mercenary at some point.
I know.
Definitely was a mercenary
At the end of his career, yes.
Yep. So that's all I got for Philly. Gianni, Los Angeles, what you got?
Well, I also like to tag on that Meek Mill is free.
He is.
Yeah, he was at a Celtics game with Bob Kraft.
Yeah, he's hanging out with Bob Kraft.
I know. What the fuck is up with
Wait. On top of that, Gucci Mane is there too.
Right, and they watched the Celtics beat the Sixers. Yeah.
Were you waiting for that? You were waiting for that, weren't you?
No.
I actually want to say, I think you set that up. That was well done. Well done, sir.
Hey, I just piggybacked off of what my co-hosts were doing.
Caveat off the caveat?
Caveat. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So,
There's beluga caveat.
Once again, it was on me. Got it.
Yep, all on Gianni.
Hey, I'm just ready.
Right. So, yeah. So the Lakers are basically saying that nobody is safe from being traded. I don't actually believe that because
please.
if they traded away like Kyle Kuzma, like I don't really know what I would do. Like I
don't think they're going to trade away Lonzo unless
trading Kobe. So.
I
said
how many
like
times?
Trading Kobe.
It wouldn't be like trading Kobe, but I think that like just looking at Kyle Kuzma, he's got the pedigree of what Kobe was when he was that young. I think, and he's got the work ethic. I think he's going to be really great. But I mean, and who knows, like as far as like how great he's going to be. But I think that the future of the team is really about him and Brandon Ingram and maybe Lonzo. But yeah, I mean, they're obviously in the same boat as a lot of the young teams without, the success. They certainly were far away from making the playoffs.
Who's more valuable to your team right now, the Lonzo Ball or Kuzma?
Oh, Kuzma by far.
So, all right.
To me.
You know the best part about Kuzma?
What?
He doesn't have LeVar Ball as a dad.
Fuck
That
got him!
I mean, the fact that his parents are staying the fuck out of his business is really a good thing. But yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, who the hell knows, where LeBron is going to go. He could go to Philly. He could come to LA. I mean, there's a lot of different places he can go. And then Paul George, I think, is up in the air too. And then it seems like Kawhi Leonard is up in the air. But
he's totally not a Spur next year.
Oh, please.
Right. Yeah.
There are rumors that they're going to try and...
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's not the question. It's just, where he would actually go. But
Boston. Not kidding.
Whatever,
Not
dude.
kidding.
Just stop. No,
they're gonna trade Kyrie for Kawhi.
Shit.
Hey, it's not that far fetched. Kyrie's in a walk year next year.
He said,
and Kyrie. Kyrie was kind of hoping he'd go to San Antonio, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, so basically,
just saying.
we know that Magic is willing to do, basically about anything to be able to get a star. Because everybody, as we just talked about, everybody needs a star of sorts to be able to be a contender. So
it's a star-driven league. I would understand totally.
Yeah. But I think that it would be, with what I think that Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma can develop into, it would be silly to let them go. But the rest of the team,
Even
whatever.
Lonzo.
Even Lonzo, yeah. I mean, I like Lonzo, but I think that Kyle Kuzma is better. I think if I had to make a choice between the two, I would choose Kyle. Yeah, that's me. But this offseason is definitely going to be interesting, and so I guess like last week or whatever. ESPN, as we love to talk shit about them.
Fuck yeah, we do, even though they sponsor us, supposedly.
Right. Okay, yeah. But we can talk shit about the sponsor. So, Screamin' A. Smith and who's the other dude that's on?
Max, is it Max Kellerman that's on with Stephen A?
Max Kellerman,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh God, those New York lovers.
Right. So
gonna
okay, so they're doing this like GOAT conversation, and it's like LeBron and Michael, and I'm like, okay, look, like if Kobe is not in this conversation, like I just don't even like what the fuck.
What about Magic and Kareem?
Well, exactly.
Russell.
Exactly.
Russell.
Bill Russell. Yeah, I mean,
Larry
there's so many
Bird.
people that can be in that conversation, and so me and Brandon and I were getting into it on social media.
Yeah.
Not getting into it. We had a friendly conversation about LeBron and Kobe, and Kobe is still better. I mean,
That's
his
a much
numbers.
closer comparison, also.
It is, but I still think it's just very interesting as we have talked shit about ESPN before, how they conveniently leave people out. And I'm like, if Magic is not in that conversation and Kareem is not in that conversation, then, I mean, yeah, am I biased about my Lakers? Hell fucking yes. But,
Well, one of the
the
problems
numbers
with-
bear it out.
One of the problems with Magic is that his career ended early. Right? We
Right.
never got to see the full grandeur that Magic Johnson's career would have been had he.
Well, I think that we did. I mean, we
because remember he stopped, and then he came back, and then
Right.
played all 5 positions again, and then they were like, I don't know how HIV works, so I don't want to play with this guy, and so
Right.
he had to stop again. But let's be real, when he hung it up the first time, he had a good 5 or 6 seasons of high-end
At
basketball
least.
left in him.
At least.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, the guy's still kicking extraordinarily healthy. Apparently, the cure for HIV is fucking billions of dollars, but who'd have known? But
right.
I think that he gets left out because of that incomplete body of work. I mean, his
Okay,
greatness.
but
yeah,
this is true. But he still had 5 championships. He took fucking Vlade Divac to the damn finals.
I don't look.
I'm sorry.
I don't disagree with what you're saying. I'm just saying.
Young guy, man.
Look, I'm just saying that because of that incomplete body of work, he does get left out. That's why.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why.
no, I mean, we know why, but it's still ridiculous. But, I mean, Kareem is still the all-time leading scorer. He's still in the top 5 for blocks and rebounds, and the dude's been retired for 30 years. Like, his numbers are insane.
Kareem was a force coming out of college. He took to the NBA like a fish in water, and
Yeah.
he changed the way the game was played.
He did.
Before he even got into the NBA, he invented the damn skyhook before he even got to the NBA, and he had NBA dudes trying to recreate it.
It was
That guy was
unstoppable, man.
unfucking stoppable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I hated seeing that skyhook in Boston Garden.
I hated seeing it all the time, but
I know you
shit was
did.
money.
Shit was money.
Shit was money.
The shit was money.
So,
I think there was probably only one person that blocked the skyhook.
someone blocked that shit.
Yep, Daryl Dawkins.
Oh, Chocolate Thunder.
Chocolate
okay.
Thunder.
Chocolate Thunder.
Well,
Mr.
you know, a broken clock is right twice a day, so shit was bound to happen. At least
Sun
once
shines
a
on a
day.
dog's ass once in a while.
I'm not sure. I like y'all saying that he's a dog's ass.
Ah.
Daryl Dawkins was one of the first people to come straight out of high school and absolutely dominating the fucking NBA.
Coming straight out
Yeah,
of
no,
high school.
absolutely.
Chocolate,
Absolutely
like, the
right.
guy was so fucking absurdly strong.
Yeah.
Remember, he
Yeah.
was the breakaway rims are because of him. He was
Yeah.
shattering backboards in the fucking 70s and 80s.
Yeah, he
so,
was.
Yeah.
So like Dawkins, he's a champion too. Yeah, look, I'm not gonna have y'all shit on Daryl Dawkins' good name. He gave Kareem all he could handle when they played in '82. He gave Kareem all he could handle, considering Kareem's
Yeah.
pedigree. So I don't want to hear that shit, yo,
Yeah.
bruh.
Nobody was besmirching the good name.
God damn it, there was besmirching. I felt there was besmirching in the air.
There was
Man, that's
no
how I feel about
besmirchment.
Boston every show.
No, right?
Fuck Boston.
Oh man, all good, baby,
All good.
all good.
That's right. Welcome to the other side of the pillow.
Yeah,
all
and then
cool.
y'all know I don't watch baseball until like I don't know August.
September.
Yeah, so I mean I know that the Dodgers are winning.
Not really.
They may have won
Yeah.
a game since we last
Right.
did our show.
Yeah,
They kind of stank right
So-
now.
They are bad.
I'll get caught up around about August.
Are you
Well, I
claiming?
mean, it is early. We're only a quarter of the way through.
So, legitimate question here: are you counting the Angels as an LA team?
Yeah.
Well, no, they play
yeah.
Anaheim. Anaheim's
Yeah.
like fucking an hour south, man.
I
It is,
understand.
but it's still LA County, so it's LA.
No, it's not. Anaheim County, Orange County.
Oh
It's
shit, that
Orange
is
County.
right.
It's not LA County.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Wouldn't
Okay,
know.
well, it's still a LA. It's still a LA team. It's,
You'll
they're
claim
not-
them. You'll claim them.
I'll claim them.
Yeah, because they're over 500 and the Dodgers aren't.
right.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
The Dodgers have really
But
stumbled
the-
out of the gate.
yeah.
it's still like 800 games left, so I got faith in.
They're only 200 games into the season.
Yo,
It's a 3-year season for baseball.
that's basketball.
All right, Brandon, what you got for Chicago, bruh?
The only thing I have for the Bulls is that they had the I guess the draft lottery or whatever it was, and the Bulls they had the 7th pick. They're I mean, some of the guys that are going to be in the draft, like they're interested in going to the Bulls, like Trae Young or Mo Bamba, and probably a couple of other guys. But outside of that, the Bulls still suck.
All right.
The Blackhawks aren't in the playoffs, so yeah.
I'm a little bit surprised on
fuck
that
hockey.
I feel you.
Yeah, but really, like whenever the Blackhawks make the playoffs, that's when I actually decide to pay attention to hockey.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
fair. I mean, I get it.
You know. And then as far as baseball, the White Sox are still the White Sox.
The White Sox are fucking terrible.
Yeah, like
I mean, congratulations on breaking double-digit wins, bud.
All right. Baby steps, baby.
Have you seen the name of where the Sox play?
U.S. Cellular?
Not even.
It's not U.S. Cellular anymore.
Nope. It is Guaranteed Rate Stadium or some shit like that. Like, why fuck up the good name of Comiskey Park?
Because you don't make money from putting someone's name on the stadium. Come
Well, hold on.
man.
You mean to tell me it's not Smith Family Artisanal Small Batch Condom Stadium?
No.
It would better off be that than Guaranteed Rate Field or whatever the fuck it is.
Bruh.
Nice.
But outside of that, I mean, there's a lot of buzz for the Bears, and I mean, rightfully so. We had a pretty good draft,
You did.
and we did pretty well in free agency also. But I am of the mind that I need to see it before I start really believing the hype.
Well, this is going to be a big year for Trubisky. This is going to be the year that proves whether he's
Whether
worth
he
shit.
was hype or hope.
Right, because that
Yeah,
second year, yeah, it's
Yeah.
important.
I mean, there's hope that he will end up playing like Jared Goff.
Right.
But also at the same time, like, I mean, I feel like they still have to build that chemistry with each other. So we'll see what happens.
If he can take the leap that Jared Goff did in year 2.
That was a coaching
Yeah.
leap, dude. That was a coaching leap.
Oh, I
Major
understand
coaching
that.
That was massive. Yeah.
That was, massive.
But, like, you know, he is getting a new coach this year as well, and a new offense.
Yes, because they fired Fox.
They fired Fox, they brought in Nagy.
Fired Fox.
We are just...
No, that's funny. It is funny.
It's still funny 5 months later.
Fired Fox.
Yeah, it's still funny.
I mean,
it's going to be funny. It's going to be
going-
funny.
Hey,
funny.
y'all, Gianni and Dirt, you guys have not gotten in on the fire a coach bandwagon, because, you know, Brandon and I have done that rather successfully.
Yeah.
You know what? Look, I focus on my coaching staff in Philadelphia.
I mean,
Right.
you're really goddamn happy with Dougie P.
I am. But
And Brett
I'm
Brown.
even
Yeah.
happier with Jason Garrett persisting in Dallas because I know they will never win shit as long as that motherfucker's
I
there.
understand that, but, like, you know, are you going to get on the, you know, like, firing the Flyers coach?
Not necessarily, man. They were overmatched when they played in the playoffs. The Penguins. They did not have the talent available to really play against them.
Dude, all I'm saying is Brandon and I know how good it feels to get a coach fired.
Yeah, yes, I know.
Hold on,
don't
I was all about firing Chip Kelly, but we didn't have the show together then. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I felt
yeah,
good when
and I-
Farrell got fired.
Like,
You know what? I felt good when Chip Kelly got fired.
I mean, I think all of us did.
I think America felt good when Chip Kelly got fired.
You know, I felt so good about Chip Kelly getting fired that I felt good the next year, too, when it happened again.
Yeah, he got fired.
yeah. I've never been so happy to see somebody join the unemployment line. Like
there
that.
you go. Fuck
Oh,
your
Isaiah
coach.
Thomas.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. Anything else for Chicago, sir?
But you know what? Even on that note, when John Fox got fired, I was ready for him to go because nothing was translating onto the field. Like the players loved him or whatever, but his his fucking whatever it is, like his way of coaching just didn't work.
No,
It just didn't work.
he didn't evolve, and he didn't tailor his game plan for what he had on hand.
Yeah.
Right.
You have
and then,
Tariq Cohen, who's fucking electric as shit, and you don't use him the way you need to.
Yeah, well, Kevin Freeman getting hurt.
He is a nightmare in the open field.
Yeah.
He is. I know. We played against y'all. And
Yeah.
he was, nightmare. But
I mean, y'all beat the shit out of us, too.
beat the shit out of y'all, but still. Cohen was legit. He's going to do some good things.
I mean, with all due respect, fuck you. But,
Oh, yeah.
I
Hold on. Allow me to add You got to say champ to the end of that. Fuck you, champ.
Of course not.
Fuck
but
you, champ.
Wow.
But yeah, like that. I mean, that like last season. Again, I expected us to have a losing season, but it doesn't help when your coaching staff is inadequate, and then on top of that, your medical staff is fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Your field being
Yeah.
public owned doesn't help because it gets beat to shit every Friday and Saturday before y'all even go out there. So
Very true.
yeah. So
Yeah.
all right. So let's slide into whoa. A quick word
From our sponsors.
for one of our sponsors.
Karen's Potato Salad Emporium. If you find any seasonings in your potato salad, the raisins are free.
Wow. You think that craisins are extra?
I don't know, but I bet you they had walnuts and pecans too.
Ooh.
I mean,
Yeah,
who
it's nutty.
does that?
So
Who
let's
does that?
let's go to Gianni with some French Open coverage. Gianni, please talk to us about tennis.
Yeah, so the Summer Grand Slam series is about to start. This is personally my favorite time of the year. But yeah, so the French starts on Monday, and Miss Serena is going to be making her really Grand Slam debut since she's had the baby. So it's her first Grand Slam since she's had the baby. And she's really playing with house money because nobody knows what to expect. So I think really for the first time since she started, her professional career, like there's really no expectations or pressure on her. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes for her. But of course, she's trying to beat Margaret Court, who has the record for the all-time Grand Slams. She's at 23. Margaret Court had 24. So if she gets 25, then she is, the undisputed champ, which I pretty much think she is now. Because if Margaret Court was playing now, Serena would, I don't know, eat her for lunch. There's just no...
Well, the level of competition changes per the eras. The rules change.
Exactly.
Type of athlete changes.
Did Margaret Court
Sounds kinda
retire
like
from
basketball.
pregnancy?
Pretty
Was it-
much, yeah.
Serena looks really good for having just had a person come out of her.
Yeah, she looks amazing. she looks absolutely amazing. But yeah,
It makes
I
me
mean,
think of so I actually, really amazing pregnant women doing their thing, and really amazing women doing their thing after they've had a kid.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Yeah.
that Ali Wong Netflix special?
No.
Oh
No.
my God!
I need to watch that. I was told it was really funny.
Yeah, Hard Knock Wife.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
oh,
I'm
wow.
interested.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's sitting there like 7 months pregnant, delivering bombs.
Hey, look, just because you got a person in there doesn't mean.
Oh yeah, and describing like,
Well,
hey,
I mean, shit, Serena won the damn Grand Slam 8 weeks pregnant, so why the fuck not? I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Seriously, why the fuck
Like, what's your excuse for not being able to keep up with me? I'm making a foot in here.
There's a foot.
Exactly.
Definitely a foot in there. A couple of them actually.
I'm making an eyeball, butch.
Eyeballs.
But on the men's side, this is also this is Rafa's surface. Rafa is going to go for his 11th Grand Slam or 11th French title, which is completely unprecedented. His record on clay is a ridiculous 400 wins and 35 losses. He's only lost 35 times on clay.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Watching these games on clay, the way they slide into it, that's impressive
it's
shit.
Insane.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Like, they slide and pow. I mean, it's
and for Rafa to do it as long as he's had.
You know, there's with tennis though, the players have their preferred surface. Like for a while, Venus was unstoppable on grass.
Yeah,
right.
She was just unfucking stoppable on grass, and but it's. I like to see those quirks in somebody's game at that level, to where they perform at such a higher level on one particular surface. And could you imagine, and like if football players had, like, there were certain guys that run better in the mud, but natural grass versus turf, if there was a huge difference in someone's skill level, performance level.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be crazy, right? Shit.
Yeah.
Tennis, man, that's exciting stuff.
Yes. So it should be a good French Open. The women's side is like completely open, and everybody is just trying to beat Rafa. But I think that he's healthy, so I think everybody might as well just go ahead and go home. I don't see anybody beating him.
So you don't see any of the normal dominant folks having a. I mean, he's 11. I mean, holy shit! But so there's no one stands a chance against Rafa at all. Or it's just a wrap, huh?
That's what it sounds like.
Well, I mean, okay, so let me put it to you like this: the only time Roger Federer has won the French Open is the year that Rafa did not play.
Fair. And Serena's chances. Wait, have you seen? She's had a couple tournaments since she's been back. They weren't Grand Slams, and she was somewhat underwhelming. But at the same time, having a kid is a big fucking deal. So,
I think that. Here's the thing. I think that Serena, when she does not have any pressure on her, I think that she's dangerous. I think that she got to the point where, like, the only person that could beat her is her. So, basically it was like, a test for her not to mess her own self up. But now, I mean, nobody knows what to expect. So she can play really free. And I think that I mean, anytime Serena is in there and if she's relatively healthy, my money is on Serena.
Well, that's a safe bet. She's got 24 champion Grand Slams.
23.
23.
23.
So,
right.
Why not?
Going for 24, yep.
Well, all right. So speaking of Serena and babies and whatnot, a quick word from our sponsor.
Cromartie Family Planning. Pull out with a couple of 6-packs.
Yeah, and now that we've decided everyone should just pull out.
That's what it is.
Right.
So, I guess let's talk about the NHL playoffs in depth now.
Yeah. So, we were, for all that mocking we did about the Caps and the Penguins and not being able to slay the beast.
They fucking certainly did.
They did it. They fucking did it. I remember losing my shit with Lady Dork in celebration. She spilled a couple of beers.
There's probably a couple things, yeah.
Oh my god! The Caps beat the Pens! It's
I didn't
like
think
when
it was
the
possible.
I mean, for me, it was kind of like when the Red Sox came back from 3-0 down in the 2004 ALCS.
Oh my fucking god! Right,
No,
I got
anyway,
you.
I just stopped right there. But yeah, she was really happy, and now so the Caps decided to follow that up by falling behind 3-2 against Tampa Bay.
To be fair,
Tuck Fampa.
the Lightning is a good team.
They are a very good team. They eliminated the Bruins in 5 games. They are not to be messed with. They're the best team in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
It's just the Caps have been making a lot of stupid penalties.
But they've never been here before.
They've been here before.
Not Ovechkin.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah,
Right, this version of the Caps has not been here before.
Right, this incarnation of the Caps has not gotten this far. They don't know what to do, but I think they can figure it out.
We shall see.
We shall definitely see. But as it stands right now, Vegas and Tampa Bay are both one game away from rewarding their long-suffering fan bases with a Stanley Cup Finals appearance.
I swear to God, Vegas has lost two fucking playoff games. 3? No, they're up fucking 3-1.
That's right, yeah.
They've lost 2 playoff
They
games.
can finish it off tonight.
in their franchise existence, which
Like,
It's just ridiculous. Yeah, no matter how you slice that, it's just ridiculous.
it is.
I mean, so holy shit.
They've only won 2 playoff series, man.
But they've only lost 2 playoff games.
Right?
So
Cray.
It's a wild ride this year in hockey. You
Yeah.
mentioned that a while ago, Dork.
Yeah.
What if they win? What
Yeah.
does that mean for the NHL that you can assemble an expansion team and actually make a legitimate championship run?
Well, and not only that, if the Caps come back in this series, this could be like only the 3rd time in the last 25 years that the Stanley Cup final will feature 2 teams who have never won the Cup.
You know, honestly, all right. So let's make believe the Caps and the Knights actually make it to the Stanley Cup, right?
Yeah.
The finals. I would have to say that I would actually root for, and this is the only time I'll ever root for any Washington team, but I'd root for the Caps because they have been a tortured fan base who the Penguins have just embarrassed year after year.
And seriously, Vegas can wait.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with Vegas.
Well, I mean, even if the Atlanta Winnipeg Jets got to the Stanley Cup final this year, because Atlanta, hockey fails in Atlanta, folks, okay? Hockey fails in NASCAR country. Get the Hurricanes out of Carolina, put them in Hartford.
To be fair, all sports fail in Atlanta.
Damn.
I feel,
And if you
But
were
you
looking
never
for
lie.
a punch to the
You ain't
dick,
never
you
lie.
just got it.
I mean, seriously.
I mean, it was there.
Seriously, it's not like the
it's
Braves
ATL,
blowing the
stick to
92
music,
World
stick to
Series.
music ATL.
Oh my god!
You took that like there was a 25-point lead in the 3rd quarter of the Super Bowl.
Wow!
Yikes.
Wow.
Shit!
You know,
Just
I
never
think that
forget.
happened somewhere before.
Don't let that distract you from the fact.
Yeah. But you know what? This will also be the 4th straight year that no original 6 teams will be in the Stanley Cup final. I mean, because that's a big deal for ratings for the NHL. Is you have to have one of the original 6.
I just want to see some good sports, man.
I want to see some good sports too, and I do want to see the Caps win because I have a vested interest in somebody else's happiness here.
Smart man.
Smart man.
Smart man.
Yes. And now that we've completed our coverage,
Well, NBA stuff.
yes, a word from our sponsor.
Yeah.
Terry Rozier's Halloween Emporium will shake your ass worse than Eric Bledsoe. Oof.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's scary.
That's scary
That's
shit.
scary.
That scary Terry ain't nothing to fuck with.
No, he's not. Oh, so the playoffs, NBA, right? So
Yeah.
so Philly, Boston is a well-coached team. Not gonna lie, Philadelphia made way too many mistakes to win a series.
Yeah, it really got me that they beat themselves.
There
in a lot of
were
games.
some blown calls at the end of that final of game 5, 6.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but
like,
I mean, games 2 and 3, Philly had it.
Philly had it, and they
That
let 'em
should have
go.
been, yeah.
So this is
could've gone the other way real fast.
a young team that needs some seasoning, and this is how you get
They
it,
need a
right?
veteran presence.
There's very few teams that go from winning fucking 20 games to winning 50 and making a run and going deep into the playoffs without having this kind of.
About the only team that did that was the 07-08 Celtics, but that's because they brought in the big 3.
But that's not a young team anymore.
Exactly.
So the Sixers
turn
don't
it
have any of that. They're building a young 3.
They're
through
building
the
on the
draft.
fly, and I have to say I'm impressed with how the process is bearing fruit.
They did well, but the Celtics just had, with Ben Simmons not having a jumper at all.
No.
It limited him in the
Yeah.
playoffs, and I hope he realizes this and makes strides to improve that jumper in the offseason. Let's not forget that LeBron's jumper was dry as fuck as a rookie, and Kobe.
Yeah,
It was dry as fuck when they got swept by the Spurs in the 07 finals.
All they can do is drive to the basket.
But he was good at that, right?
Yeah.
But he figured out
Yeah,
you got to
he was
develop
really
that
good.
jumper. Same thing
He
with
developed
Yeah.
that jumper last
Same
night.
thing with Kobe. Rookie Kobe was a fucking scrub. Rookie Kobe was
Yeah,
not
he
a
was
good
horrible.
shooter. But he built
Yeah,
himself,
not at
and, like Michael Jordan came in able to do all kinds of shit. Kobe actually put a lot of effort in getting to where he was.
He's the
Same thing with
gem rat.
LeBron. So Simmons is in a similar boat. He's got gaps in his game. He's otherworldly as an athlete, but he's gonna have
Right.
to develop his game. Anthony Davis, same thing.
Yep.
Slow down, develop that mid-range jumper, and make them fucking pay for sagging off of you. They
Yeah.
want to back up and give you 8 feet of space. Fucking pull that jumper up, hit them.
Yeah,
Make him
Ben
close
Simmons
that
is
distance.
being
Open
scared
up
to
the
shoot
lanes.
every time he pulls up.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they know that he can't. But
They
you
know that he won't.
even
Yeah.
Right. Even Kobe was like completely tear your shot apart and just start like rebuild from scratch, which is exactly what he's gonna have to do.
He's gonna have to.
But I think he seems like the type of kid that's actually willing to put in the work. Like, so I think that he will. I think that he's gonna have a really good sophomore season. I look forward to watching him. And I mean, I've already said Joel Embiid, that dude's gonna be a
Gangster.
beast.
Look, I'm not one for foreshadowing or anything like that, but if the Sixers just so happen to find a way to get LeBron James into
Or
a Sixers
Paul George.
uniform,
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
look out.
Or Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
Right.
Like and if anything, and I said it to you guys before in the group chat, LeBron James is the blueprint for what Ben Simmons can become.
He is.
Definitely. Yeah.
He is.
Like if he can follow whatever methods LeBron James did, he will end up he like within the next I'd give it 7 years. We'll be talking about him being one of the greats.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But now that we're talking about what Philly can be,
Hold
we
on.
have to.
One more thing. If Joel Embiid could get times with Elijah Wan during the offseason,
Oh my God!
Oh,
because
Jesus.
if you look at
It's
the
over.
great
over.
shooters of the regular of this generation,
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant himself, Kobe Bryant in the post was such an unstoppable monster because he spent so much time with Elijah Wan. Elijah Wan called him the best student he ever
Yeah.
had. Elijah
Yeah.
Wan's footwork it's what you judge all other big men by their footwork. Embiid's got the agility to really match his skill set. I
Yeah.
think that if Embiid goes and does that, he becomes he reaches his max potential.
Right.
I think with that, Embiid becomes a complete big man that we haven't seen since the days of Elijah Wan.
Right.
And
What I
I
want
think
more
that's-
than anything for Embiid is for him to not get hurt.
He was
Yeah.
healthy last year, man. It was a good,
Yeah.
they did a good job of getting him playing time and making sure he was healthy. So I got to credit the Sixers for taking it easy. He lacked endurance in the playoffs, but that's something that you work on just through playing. And he's healthy now, so I gotta love that.
And he's got a whole off season to heal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Everybody but Kenny.
Shit.
I like that.
Burned.
Can and will the Cavs come back?
Dirk,
Yes.
you can go ahead and take it first.
Yes. Guess why? They just beat the shit out of the Celtics
They
in
did.
Cleveland.
They
Right
did.
now the Cavaliers role players, like I watched some of the shit.
Yeah, they didn't show up in the
They
first
didn't
two
show up
games.
the first couple games.
They didn't.
Right?
They didn't.
Having hanging up a 30-point win in Cleveland, that's a huge swing. So can they come back? It depends on how many fucks LeBron has to give.
The problem is, we saw this in the first round against Indiana, where they would go on the road and get their asses handed to them,
Right.
and then they go home and do the same stuff to the Pacers.
So the thing
I
is,
think it's just a matter of home cooking.
well, they got to win in Boston either way.
They do need to win a
Okay.
game in Boston.
They got to win
Yeah.
in Boston either way.
But I
All
mean,
right,
like,
so-
and that, I think the problem was that Ty Lue really came out and railed on the refs after game 2, saying they're gooning it up out there.
But they are though.
It's
I mean, it's what it is though. You get bad calls.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, everybody gets bad calls. You get home officiating.
Yeah.
Breh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
So
Brandon. I didn't mean
I-
to cut you off.
I do think that the Cavs can come back and win this series. Will they do it? I'm kind of 50-50 on that one. If the Cavs can play the way they did last night throughout the rest of the whole playoffs,
Right.
I don't see Houston or Golden State beating that.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
The way
Yeah.
that they played last night, oh my god! And this
everything
is-
was falling for them last night.
everything was falling for them, and on top
Yeah.
of that, they played great defense in that game.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
but-
not just that, but like it was more than just LeBron last night.
Right, and
This is
that's
true.
the scary thing.
Yeah, whereas
is
like
true.
games 1 and 2, the Celtics were the complete team, and it was just LeBron against Boston.
Right.
And I
Right.
feel like
in game 2, what did LeBron drop? Like 40,
42, 10, and 12.
Right. So like
triple-double.
when he puts up stats like that, combine that with the way that they played last night, they are unstoppable. However, I do not see that being an ongoing thing going forward.
No,
Right.
I don't either. I mean, yeah. Go ahead, Gianni.
I just feel like Jesus could not guard Kevin Durant right now. Like everything is falling for that dude. Even when Golden State was not playing well, he was putting up just ridiculous jumpers. So I know that Steph Curry isn't completely 100% healthy, but I still don't see either Boston or the Cavs beating Golden State. I would really be surprised.
I would be hard pressed.
This, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this, but Steph Curry has always been the defensive liability on the Warriors team.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Now what happens with him is that he gets all the steals off the ball. He plays
Right.
passing lanes very well. However, when you have to guard him straight up, let's not act like Kyrie Irving didn't expose him.
Yeah, I mean, because he's also 2.2 pounds. I mean, he's not a big dude.
Incorrect. So. You're incorrect there. He's 2.5 pounds. But
yeah.
Like Houston is using that advantage very well because
absolutely.
Chris Paul is doing this dude dirty.
Well, what I liked about Houston in Game 2 is that they did not change their approach at all from what didn't work in Game 1.
Right.
They just went right back to work.
Strategy, you stick with it.
And they kicked the crap out of Golden State in Game 2.
So, Game 2, Houston's role players hit an absurd amount of outside shots.
Yeah.
Absurd.
Yeah.
That's kind of like Cleveland last night.
They still ran a shit ton of ISO ball, but they took advantage of the outlet pass, which I guess is good.
They ran the same amount. They ran the same amount, if not more, than they did in ISO plays.
It also helps that all of Golden State went ice cold, which I think was a bigger factor because they were getting the looks and couldn't drop them, and it's just it's like that sometimes.
So, what was the bigger venue shift in these series? Do you think going back to Houston or going back to Cleveland?
Well, going to Cleveland.
I think I got to say Cleveland.
I think so too. I'm gonna have to agree. Like getting out of Boston, there's a decided home field advantage for the Celtics there.
Yeah, Boston.
Yeah, by far. Yeah,
places, man.
All right. So with all that said, how do you guys see these series playing out? I will abstain from comment until you are done.
To be honest with you, all right. So
we already know where you're going.
From Dirty's perspective, this Celtics team is exceptionally scrappy and has found ways to win against the odds, right? If this is a full string Celtics team, it's a wrap, right? But it's not.
This is true.
And you've got players who are outright overachieving. LeBron James is still a thing. The question with LeBron James is, honestly, how committed is he to winning right now in Cleveland? Because it honestly seems like fucking again, like why? How many J.R. Smith fucking decisions do I got to live with? If I'm LeBron James. so honestly, in the East, it all depends on, honestly, how badly LeBron wants it on an individual level. How much he's willing to shoulder after shouldering so much in Cleveland for so long. This isn't a big three Miami thing where Wade or Allen can come through in the clutch.
Bosh.
It's just, or Bosh. This is just him. So, now with Golden State, Steph Curry hasn't returned to form yet after his knee injury. Chris Paul has taken advantage of that, as one should. I can't root for the Rockets. They're too cunty. They're a cunty fucking group. I fucking hate the way they play basketball. It's boring as fuck. I hate their coach. I don't like James Harden's doughy body. Chris Paul's a dick. So
wow.
I have a tough time rooting for this Houston team. The Drexler Olajuwon Rockets, yes. This Rockets, they seem like an affront to good basketball. Ouch. So I just don't see them progressing. However, if they were to progress, the East has a better chance to win because God forbid the shooters from Golden State actually start shooting. If Steph Curry shows back up, everything changes. That's where I'm at on this. That's where I'm at on this. So Gianni and Brandon, please, if I want to know what you guys think.
Gianni, what you got?
I usually give the X factor to the teams that have won before. I think that Cleveland, obviously, and LeBron knows how to win. But, of course, as you said, the Cavs go as LeBron goes. So if LeBron shows up and he decides he's gonna go rough rider style and just be like, "Fuck it, we taking this shit," then it's over. Because then I think that's when you get the J.R. Smith involvement. That's when you get the Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson. Like everybody follows what LeBron does. So and what really worked yesterday is that he got everybody involved first before he started, throwing in his points. So everybody was, nice and warm, and they were shooting. So that said, I'm putting my money on the Cavs to come back. I don't see Houston beating the Warriors. I think that if Kevin Durant shows up, forget it. Chris Paul will probably continue to have his way with Steph Curry, but I don't think it's going to matter because you still got Iguodala, you still got Draymond Green. They've just got too many weapons, and they know how to win. So I think the Warriors come out, and I think it's going to be Cavs again. I think they're just going to make it a little bit more interesting than last year.
Okay, a good take,
Brandon,
sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna start out on the West. I do think that Houston is capable of beating the Warriors. I just don't see it happening. And the reason why is because Golden State, even on a bad night, they still shoot pretty well. They shoot better than a lot of teams in the NBA.
Most teams, yeah.
So I'm taking the Warriors in that one, although I do believe that Houston is capable of beating them. Now on the East, it gets a little bit more hairy because unlike you, Dirk, I think that and this is in all seriousness. I think that this is the one season where LeBron is just like, man, fuck all of y'all. Like we're taking this thing as deep as we can, even if I got to put everybody on my back. So then on the other side, you have Boston, who's like, I don't care who we got out there. Everybody's playing hard and everybody's playing tough.
Right.
So with that said, I'm still gonna take Cleveland, and I'm gonna take Cleveland in 6. I'm taking Cleveland in 6.
All right.
I think that they can win the rest of this series because there's gonna be a night where LeBron is playing lights out and everybody else is coming with it defensively.
Right.
So yeah, that's where I'm going with. I think we're still gonna get Cleveland and the Warriors in the finals.
Yeah,
that's totally a possible
I'd
outcome.
agree.
Anywho,
So,
my turn.
yeah, all right, go for it, Kenny.
So I'm going to start in the West, and I'm going to say this right now. As much as I want Houston to win the West, I know goddamn well it's going to be Golden State. The threes are going to start falling.
Yeah.
Mike D'Antoni is allergic to defense. Allergic to it.
Yeah, he does not coach defense.
Phoenix, New York, you name it. He's never coached defense.
Can't find a
Steve Kerr knows how to coach defense, but he's deferring to his offense.
Right.
Steph Curry is going to regain his form. Klay Thompson, the Splash Brothers are going to just drain him. Golden State will be in the NBA Finals for a 4th consecutive season.
Absolutely.
That's insane.
Proclamation.
That's fucking insane.
However, LeBron James will not be in the NBA Finals for an 8th consecutive season. And I know you're all thinking, you a goddamn homer. You goddamn right I am. But, preach! But, I'll say this right now. It is more about, can LeBron drag a subpar Cavs team kicking and screaming to another finals against heart, soul, and will? And it seems like the two balance out, and I got to go with the X factor here, the fact that Brad Stevens is coaching circles around Ty Lue.
That is a true statement.
Yeah, he is.
Very true.
Brad
He is
Stevens-
coaching
That is very
circles
true.
around him.
I swear, Brad Stevens is a fucking hell of a coach, man. I can't even
He's
be mad.
Bill Basketball a chick.
Yeah.
Trademark 50 GFY.
So there's a pause for a reason, because we're like processing that statement and deciding whether or not we want to actually like say anything about it.
Do you want to trust the process on that one?
You know what I'm gonna do is know that it's
Yeah.
better for me just to leave it there
I know.
than
I
it
know.
is for me to fuck with it.
Dude,
Like,
but Brad Stevens is showing that maybe you don't quite need as many superstars. Now, is it enough to beat a superstar like LeBron James? We're going to see in the next 4 games.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I think this is going
Yeah.
a full 7, and Boston's going to have to earn it in Game 7.
Well, Boston's going to have to fucking really clean up at home.
Yeah, I mean, and
Yeah.
thankfully they have home court advantage.
Yeah, well, being the number
No,
2
I
seed.
think I do see this going back to Boston, tied at 2, and then the home teams hold serve, and then I think Game 7 is going to be a slugfest for the ages.
Ah, man, the Game 7.
Triple overtime, like 120 to 119 kind of thing.
Game 7.
LeBron gonna give y'all 70.
I'm telling
He's
you,
gonna.
Right.
fucking Game 7 is going to get all LeBron's got, and that's a lot.
Yeah,
So,
well, the last time LeBron was down 2-0 was in 2008, and that series went 7, and it ended in Boston Garden when the Celtics went on to the conference finals against the Pistons.
remember when the Pistons were good? Seems like forever ago.
Once upon a
Remember
time.
when the Pistons were
Long
good?
time ago.
I remember.
Yeah.
It was a decade ago.
Holy fucking.
Yeah, their run ended with the Celtics' big 3 going to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, well shit.
The Rip Hamilton.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he was another
Oh,
great
I
UConn
hate it,
product.
Yeah, Rip Hamilton.
I love that guy.
So, but speaking of rips, quick
Yeah.
word from our sponsor. JJ Watt Health Coverage. You'll probably need us sooner rather than later. So, onto the soapbox, huh?
Yeah, quick, a review of our social issues that we feel near and dear about.
So I guess I'll kick this one off because I actually did some speaking in Chester, Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
a couple months ago regarding school shootings and the
Yeah.
AR-15 platform and the whole kit and caboodle. So there was another school shooting
God
in Texas, Santa Fe High School, which is about 10 minutes outside of Houston. And J.J. Watt rogered up that he would pay for the burial costs of all 10 of the victims. There were 9 students, 1 teacher killed. The kid ran in there with a .38 revolver, a rifle, AR-15 rifle, and a shotgun, and pipe bombs. And he was enjoying himself from what's been said. So this little fucking piece of shit. But either way, J.J. Watt is plugged into the Houston community in a way I don't think I've seen an athlete really plugged in. He's done a lot of
and
work.
Hurricane Harvey, man, this man is Houston.
He's done a lot of
Yeah.
things for Houston. So to see him roger up for the funeral costs, because let's be real, as I'm a parent, you don't ever count on burying your child. So that's really rough, and for someone like JJ Watt or anyone really to have your back and help with that in any way, shape, or form in any real way. I mean, there's no dealing with the loss of a child, but
No.
it's a little bit of help, and it helps bring some small comforts because now you're not dealing with financial ruin on top of the loss of your child, which is rough. So
Right.
I'm gonna say hats off to JJ for that.
Yeah.
I mean he doesn't have to do any of these things. He's choosing to do them.
Because he's a good humanitarian.
Well, that, and I'm gonna take a quick shot at him. He's got a lot of time to do it because he's not playing football because he's fucking injured. Hence the sponsor. But I'm glad
Yeah.
he's doing something constructive with his time. In all honesty, I am.
Yeah.
It's not like what's 10, 20 grand to him.
true, true.
It's
So-
nothing. Yeah, compared
Yeah,
to
per
yeah.
funeral, that's $200,000 though.
Well, no, you're not paying 20 grand for a funeral. You're not. Unless you do it big. You're not in Texas. Come on.
True.
Yeah.
So I mean, but you spend 25, maybe $5K per service, depending on the level of service that the family wants. For a lot of these kids, it's probably going to just be family and close friends mourning their loss. So
Yeah.
it's not a huge cost. You're not burying a queen. You're not burying a king to where you have dignitaries
But-
show up. But still,
even like 10 grand for
That's
somebody,
still a lot.
like that's a lot
well,
of
for
money.
us plebes, that's a shit ton.
Yeah.
But for someone who's making that amount of money he's making off of his NBA paycheck and his endorsements,
NFL.
I'm sorry, NFL paycheck and endorsements, that's not a big deal. Not
Yeah.
to mention,
It's nothing.
I don't know how many of these things he can write off as charity in Texas. So it's not. I love it. It's a good thing,
That mixed media has got you mixing up sports, man.
bro. Look, I know JJ Watt's a goddamn defensive football player on the Houston Texans. Damn
And
it.
he's not playing a lot of football, and neither is Eric Reed.
No. Collusion
No.
grievance. He's tied in with
Jesus.
Kaepernick on that. So, all right, Eric Reed is one of the top safeties in the NFL. He is unemployed.
I wonder why.
He's also one of the first players to kneel alongside Colin Kaepernick in his protest against police brutality. So yeah, he's rogered up and become part of that collusion case. And
Yeah.
Eric Reed's got a pretty solid case because what team was it? Cincinnati basically asked them about the kneeling and said that was an issue and they wouldn't allow it. And then, like, basically that's what ended the talks. And
Right.
So it's very interesting to see how the owners and management are reacting to this. Well, it's not really interesting. It's pretty much par for the course. It's what anyone expects. However,
Right.
there could be some interesting fallout within the court system on how this happens, and the next CBA that goes into effect could be very, very interesting when it comes to these kind of gestures. If the NBA tries to make any unilateral decisions, they only have a few more years before that CBA goes back into the negotiations. So it should be very interesting because you have two top-tier players, two really good players who are unemployed because of a protest that didn't preclude them from being on the field, so to speak.
No, I mean, it has nothing to do with their talent.
Nothing at all. So
Absolutely nothing.
I mean,
and it's just very clear that it had nothing to do with injuries or anything like that. Like, you just basically didn't like that these dudes stood up for what they believed in, and you're blackballing them for it, and there's evidence.
Yeah.
So
it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out in the courts, though, as the I don't think it's a prosecution, but as the litigants develop their case and gather evidence, should be very interesting. Then you have the Panthers. So Jared Richardson has agreed to sell his team for $2.2 billion.
$2.2 billion.
$2.2 billion to another creepy motherfucker.
The most ever paid for an NFL franchise.
David Tepper is an investment banker. What does he do?
He's a billionaire investor, hedge fund manager, philanthropist, and now the owner of the NFL's Carolina Panthers. Founder and president of Appaloosa Management, a global hedge fund based in Miami Beach. And I'm reading right from the Wikipedia page. He graduated from the University of Pittsburgh with a bachelor's degree in economics, earned an MBA from Carnegie Mellon, and is basically looting your paycheck.
So he looks like he's wearing someone else's skin. However, I'm not going to pass judgment on Mr. Tepper.
He does look fucking creepy.
He looks creepy as fuck. He looks like he's just under, like he looks like he's simultaneously under every dark staircase across the world.
And he used to own 5% of the Steelers, so fuck this guy.
So
sorry, D.
What I'm interested to see what he does with the Panthers, though, and if he's where his stance are with what's going on with the league. I'm really interested in that. He could end up being active with like
well, you know what the most shady part of this is? His 5% ownership of the Steelers allowed him to bypass the vetting process.
Because he's already an owner.
He's part of it, yep.
So you mean to tell me that any person in the city of Green Bay could have bought the Panthers?
Fucking A.
Oh my God! Maj bought the Panthers!
That sounds great, Dad. Did you get any cheese sauce on the contract?
Yeah, I did. Sausages. Because,
you sound more Boston there, but whatever.
Whatever, fuck them all. So, yeah, that's interesting, though. That's.
You know what's interesting to me? The Michael Bennett trial.
So, all right.
Oh, God.
For those of you who saw this case and made a decision immediately based on where you stand on Michael Bennett to begin with, so the case is that he allegedly pushed security, a disabled elderly woman, in her mechanical chair. He pushed her.
This shit is laughable.
Yeah, in her scooter, and bruised her shoulder, and they hit him with a felony assault of an elderly person's in Houston. Right, he was there to celebrate. He was there to watch his brother Martellus play the Super Bowl, and he was going onto the field to celebrate with his brother because they're bros and they're really close bros. Like the Long brothers are bros, Chris and Kyle, and they bro it up whenever they play.
Right.
So that's the charge, right? So there was a uniform present during all this happening. The uniform chose not to pursue or arrest Michael Bennett, and instead chose to attend to the injured elderly person who had bruising on the shoulder. That's the injury. And the prosecutor in Texas, down in Houston, who's running for re-election, made a big deal about this. The police chief went out and basically used the language you would keep for those, reserved for those who engage in active genocide. And it's been a while, and the case has been delayed again by the prosecution because they're still in the discovery phase. So this happened.
Fabricating evidence.
So this happened a couple years ago,
right.
And they chose to pursue a charge now. And apparently, over that couple years of evaluating this case, they don't have the evidence required to take him to trial. Even though A good lawyer out of New York will tell you, I can indict a ham sandwich. So an indictment is just that. It's easy to get an indictment.
Yeah.
It's the trial itself that's difficult. And so the prosecution has pushed the trial to the right again. And we are another step away from getting closure on this case to see what could be proven in court as to what
My
happened.
biggest problem with this case. Why the fuck do you have an elderly woman doing security at the Super Bowl?
We talked about this.
Thank you.
No, we actually talked about this. Okay, hold on. We talked about this. All right, so no, all right. For functional purposes, absolutely, this doesn't make any fucking sense, right?
None.
If you are staffing security at the Super Bowl, there is no way you take an elderly disabled person and put them in any capacity to actually work as security. Period. Right? Because you're it's Super Bowl. However,
Right.
if I own the stadium, if I'm whoever's running security, and I want to do some community outreach shit, then I can curry some favor with the populace by throwing these individuals. Maybe her husband or whoever or was a lifelong Texans fan. I don't fucking know if that even exists, but whatever. And you throw her into a spot
Lifelong Texans fans haven't even become legally able to vote.
Cool beans. So you throw her in a spot that she's not going to actually interact with anybody, right? You tuck her down in the tunnel in section fucking 2 Bravo, whatever the fuck, to where it's just going to be her and 2 other people to get to watch a game while working at the stadium, right? All right, so I can see that being the only case in which this person would be employed to work in this capacity.
Yeah.
But she was there, and there was a thing, and they're pursuing a case, and apparently they're still looking for evidence for this case. So
No, they're still fabricating evidence.
I use the word looking.
as Kenny said.
Yeah, no, it's fabricating because, what better way to stifle an outspoken black man like Michael Bennett?
I mean, that's how
Right.
you would do it.
Put him in jail.
It's essentially, so if we look at it, like all of these guys, Eric Reed, Colin Kaepernick, the only one they haven't really seemed to shut up yet is Malcolm Jenkins, which I find interesting.
They bought him off, though.
Yeah, they pretty much bought him off because he was
money.
Yeah.
Well, he's still talking
But-
shit, so.
All right.
He's still talking shit, but not like he was. Basically, at the end of the day, we know what Michael Bennett is about. It was not a good look with Vegas PD having this man, with his face on the fucking ground for nothing, and he
So they
said
needed a
something
gotcha.
about it. Exactly, and he became a sympathetic figure with him and his brother. His brother's like, I damn near watched my brother get murdered on video, so now they're sympathetic figures. So now let's make them beasts.
Let's vilify
Well,
them now,
so
yeah.
another thing you got to understand with Jenkins is his owner is a lot more
Tolerant.
not just tolerant, receptive. Period. He actually supports his players doing that.
Yeah.
He's been caught saying things in the owners' meetings. Jeffrey Lurie is probably one of the most progressive owners in all of football when it comes to social justice.
Yes.
He's a big proponent of that shit in Philadelphia. The city actually loves the guy. So for someone like Jenkins, it's not that big of a stretch because there is no pressure from ownership to stop. Period. There's no
Right.
pressure from ownership to stop. Now with Seattle, they just purged all their players that have personality, and I notice I say with personality because Russell Wilson is the tofu of professional athletes.
He is. He absolutely is.
Captain
I mean,
Osprey.
never lied about that.
Captain Osprey, right? He's not going to say or do anything
has
that's
the-
going to raise
Except go
eyebrows.
Hawks.
He has the personality of a cheese sandwich with mayonnaise.
No, I would take the mayonnaise off.
Not even grilled.
Nah, it's fucking terrible.
White bread.
Terrible. Either way, he's not known for his controversial takes, right?
No.
But Bennett and Sherman, all these folks were outspoken.
They
and
was
they're-
the hot sauce.
and they're all off the team now.
right.
They're all off the team. So Seattle's cleaning house from all the social justice warriors. Like I said, it's what it is. I mean, they were one of the teams that were living that life, and now they're transitioning out of that.
Yeah.
Philadelphia is still very much okay with it. I mean, they just won a fucking championship off of the work of Malcolm Jenkins.
Yes.
So, I mean,
Right.
even
God
if
damn it.
he just
They
happens
won.
to be fucking the Swiss Army knife of a player, so
Yeah.
maybe his skill allows him, but even then, you had Connor Barwin and Chris Long and all the other people that were down with it, and
Yeah.
these are white dudes. So,
Right.
they're not getting no flack, man. It's what
No.
it is. It's what it is. So, fuck, man.
So, Gianni, how you feeling about WNBA season?
I I'm really interested to see like if the WNBA ever grows. I mean, like they had like this sort of which they've been playing for the last couple of years. Like all the NBA guys basically supporting the WNBA, or at least trying to get viewership up, but it's never really grown to what it was when it first started, like with the comments with Cheryl Swoops and all of those women. They just never got their viewership up, and I just wonder why you guys think that is from a male perspective.
Because it's women's sports. That's why. All right, I got a bunch of daughters, and I promised D1 that I would take her to a Mystics game down in DC during this season coming up, because I couldn't take her last year. The thing is, if you had a dozen Brittany Griner types who are able to dunk, or I mean, what you get with ladies basketball is you get a lot of really handy handles, ball work right on the court, some nifty passes, decent layups, and great shooting. You get a fundamentally sound game. No, seriously, you get a fundamentally sound game. You don't get fist fights. You don't get the typical. You don't get the dunks, the other shit. And that's what people have come to expect from basketball. That, and they have a natural hesitation to want to watch women's sports for some fucking reason. But listen, if you're a basketball fan, if you love the sport basketball and you're a student of that, the WNBA is exactly what you want to be watching, because they do run the plays. They do run the game a lot cleaner than the guys do. You see better fundamentals and all the other things. It's just there's just a resistance to it. Like, folks just don't want to watch it. Like, why do more people watch men's soccer than women's soccer? Women's soccer is infinitely more entertaining.
Right, and they actually win.
Yeah. However, the male the male soccer players are getting paid millions, and the women are having to pay to play. So I'd much rather watch the women's World Cup than the men.
As would I on that regard. But for me, the biggest problem I have with women's basketball is that I come from a market where it's oversaturated. Yukon country.
Yeah.
Right. I see a lot of it, and I'm just like, it didn't interest me. After a while, like, honestly, with these players that I've seen for so long, like, half the WNBA is Yukon players, it seems like. I remember these girls in college, these women, and I'm just like, no, I'm good.
I don't want to do it.
But at the same time, it's just, they played a different kind of basketball in the WNBA than they do at UConn, because Gino's system is boring as fuck. Yeah. And I just, unfortunately, it's an overexposure thing for me. And I'm good.
So you're personally burned out as a viewer,
as a Connecticut resident.
But what about from a masculine point of view? Why would our counterparts, right, the holders of the money for the most part, why would we be so resistant to taking part in this and watching this sport? Why would we put money down hand over fist for a Wizards game, but not spend a little bit of money to go to a Mystics game, since that's a local team for here?
Right. I think it's more for the reasons of what you alluded to before. More fundamentals, less flash, less show, less of a chance of a fist fight breaking out. It's just not as, quote-unquote, exciting for the male viewer out there.
All right. Brandon, where you at on this one, man?
You know what? If I'm going to be totally honest about it, I'm just not very interested. Like, that's just being real about it, man. I don't have very much interest in it. I'm more interested in college women's basketball than I am in the WNBA.
And why is that?
I don't know. And I've never quite really understood why I have more of an interest in college basketball for women than I do. Actually, I'm more interested in college women's basketball than I am men's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even though you can just pencil UConn into the center of your bracket before you actually fill it out.
Is that because
Pretty
the Bulls
much
are terrible? Is that why?
I mean, I'm sure
Is
that
it
probably
because
has
the Bulls are
something to do with it.
terrible?
Is that
Right.
why?
How?
Is it if they were good, would you pay attention?
If they were good, they'd have more nationally televised games.
Well,
The-
but it's just it's interesting because it's like, so you've got like Sue Bird and you've got Diana Taurasi, who, I mean, her handles are just
Tarasi's a monster.
Yeah, she's a beast.
insanity. So
God, she was a holy terror in stores. She was a holy terror at Ted's on a Tuesday night.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear the stories.
Let's put it this way. They knew she was a basketball player. They let her do whatever she wanted. She had this, like,
Yeah.
oversized Chevy Blazer. She used to drive around and just... Cops had to look the other way every time. It's like, Diana's drunk again.
So hold on So everyone's heard the story about Mutombo walking into the club going, "Who wants to sex Mutombo?" Right? Everyone's heard the story,
Oh my
right?
God.
And
No,
it's been-
I've never heard of. No,
So-
no.
allegedly,
wow.
the Kembe Mutombo goes into a club and all the other players are there, and he's like announces, "Who wants to sex Mutombo?" I want to hear these stories from their WNBA counterparts. Like that shit was. Hey, look, I would love to hear of the lady players getting fucking buck wild out there like the guys do, because those stories are fucking entertaining as shit. They could use that kind
Yeah.
of like. Who wants to drink with
fucking
Sue
Maya
Bird?
Moore, like wild out.
Fuck.
Oh, man, Sue Bird was never like that.
But I would love to see it though. It would be great.
It was Tarazi and Shea Ralph.
Tarazi looks like she can put down. a
Oh,
couple
good
backers.
Lord. Duh.
Yeah.
Brat.
Yeah.
Younger Dork was impressed with Tarazi's drinking ability.
Ah, it's impressive.
Shit. Because y'all know how Younger Dork used to roll there, Dirt.
I happen to know. Yes,
Yeah, he was quite the animal.
he was a little reckless.
A little?
A little bit. Yeah, yeah.
But so I guess we kind of
Yeah,
how do we feel on the WNBA
So,
overall?
all right, WNBA. Personally, I got daughters, and that definitely changes how I look at it because they have
Right.
an interest in wanting to go. So now
You're supporting your kids.
I'm going to support. I've been to Maryland games, a couple Maryland
You
games.
took them to a Maryland UConn game last year.
Yeah, I took them to the Maryland UConn game, and you know what? It was an entertaining game. I just think that if the women's basketball was given the amount of attention and press, if the press machine was as animated when it came to ladies basketball, if it was the way it is for men, they'd have a better following.
Probably.
The NBA is trying.
Yeah.
The NBA is trying, and let's be real. That
Yeah.
inaugural season of the NBA back in the day, that was a pretty epic thing. You had Lobo
fun.
and you had Leslie and all these other folks. It was.
And you know what
Yeah.
the crazy thing is? When that inaugural season kicked off, I lived in Houston.
Oh,
Oh,
Wow.
was it in Cooper?
Cynthia
Yeah.
Cooper.
Yeah,
Dude,
Cynthia
she was a
Cooper, Cheryl Swoops.
Beast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Houston Comets.
Yes,
Yeah.
man, that
So
was
let
a
me
solid
ask you
team.
this. Here's my question. What do you think it would take to get back to that level of popularity? Because
You
you're
gotta-
right. For the first couple of seasons, it was exciting.
You
and
you
people
have
were
to-
actually looking forward to it.
Here's
Better
the thing.
television.
You know what?
deal.
I think that going off of what the Dork just said, like it's a different game now because they're not on television like how the men are.
right.
Right. And honestly, having watched that first year and watching what they have now, the level of play is better now than it was 20 years ago.
Right.
It is.
Yeah.
It's infinitely better,
Good
right?
God, it's been 20 years since
Like-
the WNBA.
It has been. So back in the day, you had Lobo and Leslie and Swoops and a few other people that had the level of skill to be exciting. A lot of young ladies hadn't. They were good, but they you can count on somebody falling every time they went down the court. That's not
Right.
the case now. Not these women are fucking monsters, and
Yeah.
they're getting less press than their predecessors have, and I think that's not good because I think overall the game is more entertaining now than it was.
Than
20
it
years ago.
was.
Because there's
Yeah.
because the
For
overall
the
skill
longest
level
time,
of
I
everyone
was
is
a
higher.
Don Staley.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Right, we have an entire generation of players who grew up watching the WNBA.
Right.
Of girls who
Right.
knew that the future could be pro ball in America. So
Right.
that's what we're
I
getting
mean,
those
well,
players
the
now.
future could be, but right now the pro ball is most lucrative overseas. And
for
that's
the
where
women, yes.
For the
Yes.
women.
But that's a TV deal thing.
Yeah, and they need the WNBA. I think in order to get better and grow, needs a better TV deal. They need weeknight exposure. They need not only that, look where their season is.
huge.
We also need, I think,
Their season is in the summer.
I think they need to get the big time announcers to be on there. I think they need the same coverage the guys get.
I think the timing of their season really is terrible.
Football is hard to compete.
Well, no, but I mean, the
And
summer
baseball.
when the families are on vacation.
But that's, I mean, still, man. Who was on?
Maybe
hold
you've
on.
just finished a long NBA season.
Hold on. When's the last time you took a vacation, Kenny?
Last year.
All right, Brandon, when did you take it's the last time you took an actual vacation where you went somewhere?
You know what? The last time I took an actual vacation, I don't really remember.
All right, Gianni, when's the last time you
Me
went
neither.
somewhere?
I don't remember either. It's
All right,
been a
I
long
went to
time.
Disney World last
I
year.
can tell you right now, I'm married with 3 children. I haven't taken a vacation ever. Because even if I go somewhere, I'm goddamn working. So,
I went to Disney World solo last year, and it was pretty cool.
that sounds amazing. I have no idea. You know,
Like I was splitting my days between wrestling events and Disney, though.
my daughters
Well,
would
guess
cup
what?
check
I've
me
never
if
been
I
to
did that. But they would punch me in the junk if I were to go to Disney World without them.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They
I
would
might
punch
have-
me right in the junk, dude.
And y'all, I might be going to Disney World again next year.
You won't be going by yourself,
I
though, will you?
might be going to
Star
Disney
Wars
World
World.
this coming weekend.
Oh shit!
But I want to go to Star Wars Land.
But no, that's where I'm at in WNBA stuff, man. That's where I'm at with that. Like,
All
I
right.
think
All
they
right,
just.
fair
I
enough.
would give it Kenny. A TV deal would be helpful. They need more money,
They do.
Yeah.
and they need better coverage.
And they
Because
deserve
the
it.
money will help with the marketing. And
Yeah.
the marketing will help you get sponsors. Like our
Yeah.
next sponsor. Belichick brand sleeveless hoodies. We're on to summer.
And speaking of Ghosts of Cleveland, we're on a
Oh,
are you
the
fucking
new
kidding me?
segment.
Are you fucking kidding me?
RUFKM. Let's kick it off. So, HBO announced this week that the Cleveland Browns will be the subject of this season's Hard Knocks.
Why?
Because
Because they're a giant dumpster fire.
Seriously, you don't get on Hard Knocks because you had a good season.
Right.
If that were the
true.
case, this would be
This
the
is true.
13th season of the New England Patriots on Hard Knocks.
Oh, God.
But, yeah, hey, I hear you groaning over there, but seriously, they had another good season.
Yeah.
That
what
is
I
a true
would
statement.
love
They
to
haven't
see?
had a bad season in a long time.
you know what I'd
2002.
love to see? I would love to see if we could do a show where Kenny cannot mention the New England Patriots or anyone who is a part of that team for an entire
It's
show.
not fucking possible. It's not.
Kenny, that is a hell of a wager, sir. All right, look, Kenny, Brandon, if you're going to propose that, I'm going to have to actually put some skin in the game on this one, right? What is the incentive for Kenny to even try to do something that is obviously damn near impossible? What are we putting on the table? What does he get out of being able to pull this off? Now, remember, we won Take Our Shows, which means he can't even accidentally say some shit. What do you put on the table for Kenny if he pulls that off?
Seriously, I need this.
Yeah, I want to know. I'm gonna
Bring it
advocate for
on,
Kenny.
bitch.
What you got?
Oh man, see now I got to think long and hard about this shit.
You said
I
shit.
You gotta think longer and harder than John Holmes.
Yeah, I gotta give that one some serious thought because I almost feel like there's nothing Kenny won't drink.
No, there's at
And
least
y'all
one
know, the
Okay,
Senor,
let me rephrase that. I kind of feel like there's no alcohol Kenny won't drink.
No, that's Shandy. That Natty Bo Shandy was the fucking tragedy.
that's an atrocity.
I wouldn't drink that shit. There was also the Ice House beers that we didn't even
Oh, Icehouse Edge?
Oh.
Please, why would you speak of that again?
because that's something we wouldn't drink.
Okay. Icehouse Edge. If you mention the Patriots or anyone a part of their organization, past or present,
In which show?
I'm gonna have
We
to
will
say
we
the
will
next
we
show.
will deal with that in the chat group, and we will decide which show. It can't obviously. Next week is probably the best bet for that one because
Next
football.
week, I'm going to be in Rhode Island, though.
Well, before we get in the wider division stocks and start going full speed on football.
All right, so June-ish,
Yes.
like
Yes.
the finals show.
Yes.
It'll definitely be before then.
Yes.
Yeah, no, with the 40th Dorkiversary.
The Dorkiversary, yes.
Yeah, y'all know that's coming.
But,
Yeah.
all right. So back to the Cleveland Browns, and they're on Hard Knocks Life. All right, look, I want to watch this. I'm curious because I think the addition of Baker Mayfield is going to be what sets this off, right? If I want to see the day he just says "fuck it" and flips the fuck out,
A la Ryan Leaf.
or Hugh Jackson loses his shit finally instead of just staying the course, that Hugh Jackson actually flips the fuck out and lets somebody know how he really feels about something. I want to see an actual true meltdown.
I
on
want
the
to see
show.
them shoving each other.
Well, it's football, so that's part of the game. But I feel
No. I'm saying like
Yeah.
coach and player.
I want somebody to admit that they are absolute shit. That's what I want.
I want to see. I want to see somebody get those hands.
Honestly, I want to see Hazard come out and publicly admit he has no idea what the fuck he's doing, but not be
Jimmy
known.
Haslam is the biggest dipshit of an NFL owner I've ever seen.
Like, I want to see one of those things where they don't know the camera's
And I
on.
say-
He's like, "Listen, man, I've been coaching for like 20 years. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing."
Like, seriously. Like, I say that knowing that Jed York still owns the San Francisco 49ers.
Jed York
Yikes.
made a coup by having Lynch come in. So York at least knows enough to hire someone who knows what the fuck he's doing.
Right, yeah, you don't fire owners.
He did say that, didn't he? No.
Yeah.
Who said that? Was it
It
York?
was Jed York.
Fuck him.
It was him. That shit was funny.
Fuck that hammer.
That shit was funny.
That shit was funny.
That shit was fucking funny.
Yeah,
Can't fire
well,
owners.
I'm just saying,
Bitch.
though.
All that was missing was for him to say bitch at the end of that. Can't fire owners, bitch.
Like, that shit was the ultimate comeback.
That was, yeah, that would have been the ultimate gangsta moment.
that was
You
he's living
You don't
he's
get
about that
rid of
life.
owners.
He would have been living his best life.
Living
if
his
he
best
said that.
life. So Gianni, all right, so we asked you this before. We're gonna ask you again.
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
partaking in football this year? Will you be watching your Kansas City Chiefs play subpar football in the playoffs?
Dude, they ain't getting that far.
No, they will.
No, they won't.
I mean, yeah, subpar
Groot.
is like their other team name. Seriously.
But are you
But,
gonna boycott again, or are you gonna take part?
I'm still on the fence. I'm still on the fence.
All right,
I will let you know roughly around August, and a lot will depend on what happens with Reed. I don't know that Colin Kaepernick gets signed as much as I would like to see it happen. So
you can't bring him
yeah.
into Kansas City because he'll totally destroy Mahomes.
Oh, seriously, yeah. Mahomes.
yeah,
is-
he will.
That's why I think Kansas
I'm
City
just-
won't be in the playoffs. Is Patrick Mahomes.
Well,
It's
because
gonna be a
it's
growing
gonna be
pains
his
process.
Yeah, it's
We'll
going to
get
be
to
his
that.
first season. So yeah, but I mean, I think that just whether or not he gets signed anywhere, and really what happens with Reed and Bennett, because if it's not just Kaepernick and it's like a clear thing where it's like anybody who speaks out against any sort of social injustice and you're going to shut them up, like the NBA does not do that.
No,
So
The NBA is totally against that.
The NBA shit canned an owner in support of that message.
he got shit canned for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, well, I mean, V. Stiviano, anyone?
Oh my god. So
Yeah.
all right, well, the Cleveland Brownies are looking to kick ass and chew bubblegum this year in the AFC North, or at least win more than 0 games, which
Ooh, bubblegum!
Right.
which is a doable. So speaking of gum, that brings us to our next sponsor, Beast Mode Bubblegum.
It ain't here to fuck with y'all. Just blow bubbles, ball.
Wow,
Hey,
guest appearance from Beast
Yeah.
Mode, man.
That's right, boss.
That's right, boss.
gotta be about that action, ball.
About that action.
How about them Skittles, boss?
Them Skittles, man.
I
All
ain't
right.
here to fuck with y'all.
So would you rather, right? So, all right,
Right.
today's would you rather. Would you rather try to return a Serena Williams serve or flip on a balance beam like Simone Biles? Listen, my testicles are telling me that I want nothing to do with that balance beam.
Fuck no.
I will take a hot one to the gut from Serena Williams off the racket.
If it
before
means that I still have the use of my testicles.
I mean, I mothballed them, but still, I have them, and I like to keep them at least in not crushed. So I'm gonna go with Serena Williams on that one. I honestly, that balance beam, I don't even want to fucking put my hand on that shit. Like stand next to it, put your hand on it, but this is the balance. I hurt myself doing that shit. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
balance beam's out of the question for me. Dork, where you at on this?
You know what? I'd rather try and return a Serena serve because I don't have the balance to even really walk on the balance beam anymore. Plus, which I don't know if you noticed this, but I'm close to 300 pounds. I can't flip at all.
If you want me to fall on the balance beam,
Yeah, like full nuts first. No, we're not doing that. I'm not grinding the boys in the paste.
Oh.
There have to be little dorks. I still have great things to accomplish. Damn it all.
Okay,
There have to be baby dorks.
okay, Brandon. Are you putting the boys? You putting the boys at risk?
Absolutely not. I'm gonna go ahead and take that screamer, man. I mean, at least I could live to tell the story. If I fall off that balance beam, I could die.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, Gianni.
I feel like I could walk on the balance beam. I feel like I've got some other things that I can stand the risk.
But for real,
but yeah, I mean, Serena, like 130-mile-an-hour ball coming at me. I mean, I feel like, having played tennis, I feel like I at least got a chance to get my racket out in front of me. So.
Like, oh shit.
like if you quick enough.
Bonus points if it goes over the net.
Right.
Bonus
Now,
points if it goes over the
what
net.
happens after that, I'm not sure. But I
right.
can at least protect myself.
All right. So, would you rather guard Brittany Griner or Kevin Durant?
Got this.
All right, look.
I'd rather guard Kevin Durant. You know why? Because in the words of Riley Freeman, because you's a bitch.
Right. Wow. You know what? I'm fucking with Brittany on this one.
I would rather, not have anything to do with Brittany.
Here's why. I think I can shit talk Brittany Griner. I think I can shit talk her about a variety of things. One of which the fact that she was up for child support, which makes no sense.
That's some pretty dickish things there.
But I think that I can throw her off her game enough to where when she dunks on me, there's maybe a little less power behind it, so I don't get hurt as bad. Because Kevin Durant's dunking on me. The shit is happening, dog. I'm not fucking with Kevin Durant.
I mean, I'm gonna have destroyed knees.
I'm just, you know what? And also, it shows my daughters the, potential of the ladies. So do it for the kids.
That's right.
But KD's a bitch.
KD is a bitch, though. So hold on, Brandon, where you at on this?
I'm gonna go ahead and take on Brittany Griner. Given the fact that I probably weigh more than the both of them, I'm still gonna take Brittany Griner because I know I can push her out of the lane with no problem.
Yeah, I could see that, but still, I mean, like a Lance Stevenson air current could take down KD.
Wow.
Look,
Nice.
a slight breeze can take down KD.
Nice.
That's what I'm saying,
Yes,
man. Lance
yeah.
Stevenson just blowing ear holes, man.
These pop screens are great, by the way. Fucking pop screens are great.
That's where I'm at on that one.
All right, Gianni. I know. Where you at on this one, Gianni? You gonna go with Kevin, or you gonna knuckle up with Brittany?
I'm gonna go with Kevin because I feel like he might be a little nicer to me.
Shit.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, Brittany,
Man, all you gotta do.
Commercials. Kevin Durant is not nice.
no.
This is true. This is true.
You can fuck around with him, get hit by one of his burner accounts on Twitter.
Right.
But it ain't here to blow bubbles, boss.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like at least he wouldn't hit me. Like Brittany would be like, "Fuck it," like your ass is on the ground. But I feel like I might have a chance of surviving the encounter with Kevin Durant.
Wow.
All right.
Wow. All right.
Now we're going to bring race into it.
Hold on. Would you rather... Wait, where are we racing them? Are we swimming against Michael Phelps and Usain Bolt?
I don't know, man.
Swimming against Michael Phelps or racing Usain Bolt on...
No, I got this one. Would you rather play badminton against Michael Phelps or Usain Bolt? Now remember, the ball equivalent in badminton is called a shuttlecock.
I ain't taking shuttlecock from neither of these guys.
No? You don't see that shuttlecock?
But if I had to pick one, I'm picking Phelps. Because on my return serve, he's not known for getting a good running start.
No.
Whereas Usain Bolt,
both of dudes are like insanely tall.
Yeah.
insanely tall, insanely thin, insanely muscular. But
Right.
at least I know that before serving the shuttlecock, Mr. Phelps will hit the ganja.
So will Bolt. He lives in Jamaica, dude. Come on.
What are you talking? What are
He
those?
fucking smokes, man. Where you're from in Jamaica, Mr. Usain Bolt? Right near the beach.
Something seems, son, you're calling me a liar.
Right near the beach. All right, who y'all trying to play badminton against? Because I'm fucking with Phelps on this one because I think Bolt just will pick it up sooner, and I got a better chance against Phelps than Bolt. I'm gonna give myself that. But where y'all at on this?
Yeah, I'm going against Phelps because I feel like Michael, like, he can probably swim, and that's about all he's good at. I feel like Usain Bolt, pick a sport, and he's gonna kill you.
Like, Gianni, ow.
I like it though.
That was an ice cold burn.
No, really, I like it though. I like it though. All right, Brandon, where you at?
I'm going against the grain here. I'm going to go against Usain Bolt. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
So, Cedric the Entertainer, a few years ago, he said this about Michael Phelps. He said he deserves an extra medal for swimming high.
Seriously does.
Damn.
Like, come on, like, seriously? Like, if he could beat all of them people under the influence.
Wow.
True.
Well, you know, I didn't look at it from that perspective that he was actually
he wants the next. He wants to win gold in the 420.
Yeah, like
I like that. That was pretty fucking good, actually.
I'm taking my chances against Michael Phelps, man. No, against
Usain Bolt. Against Usain Bolt. All right.
Yes.
So, for hockey, would you rather fist fight old school Marty McSorley
Oh shit.
or get boarded by Eric Lindros?
Ooh, because Lindros ended the guy's career on a board check.
It's like Lindros. But McSorley was like the guy.
Oh yeah, he was Gretzky's enforcer. So, shit. I think I'd rather get a Chris Pronger autographed hockey puck off my forehead. But then I'm inventing a criteria, so I got to go with all right. You know what? I want to man up. I want to knuckle up with McSorley.
I'm gonna have to fight McSorley.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight him
because there's rules to this shit, right? So if I'm in a hockey fight and I go down, the fight's
oh
over.
Shit, dude. Seriously, I'm gonna take a page out of the Brad Marchand code of ethics here, and invoke that on my fight with McSorley because that motherfucker fights dirty too. Yeah. There ain't no thing like there's no such fight as a dirty fight, and I mean, unless you're in it, Dirt Diggler.
Well, I mean, that's what it is. All right,
because but I'm a fuck Marty McSorley up.
He's gonna have a horseshoe in his glove.
He gonna get these hands
I'm gonna fuck him
in all places, and a foot in his nuts.
He's fighting to win here,
or a skate in his nuts.
Look, Kenny over here fighting to win. I'll tell you right now.
Wow.
Shut the fuck up.
All right, Gianni. Do you remember who Martin McSorley is?
I have no idea who either of these fucking people are.
All right.
Defer.
It's cool. All right. So, Brandon, do you have any context?
I'm in the same boat as Gianni. However, what I am going to say is I believe in my hands. So, somebody about to get these motherfuckers. So,
get these hands!
Didn't McSorley lose to somebody though? Like
he getting all of these hands. Fuck the dumb shit.
Yeah, the legal system.
No, like I think
he lost to the legal system.
There wasn't
bro.
like Pronger didn't like him and Pronger. It was a fight with him and somebody else, and like it was one of those epic Godzilla King Kong fights, where McSorley actually lost the fight. It was like two of these top notch hockey goons, and McSorley was one of them. Went after it, and just fucked each other up. But McSorley ended up losing. But McSorley was a beast. Was it Pronger?
Probert.
That's what Probert. Bob
yeah,
Probert.
No, because the Donald Brashear one was what got him in trouble with the law.
You know what? When you do some shit on the hockey ice and the law comes after you for real, you've done some
right.
shit.
You have.
Like, yeah, seriously, Bob Probert.
Yeah, Probert's the one who got him, but Probert was a monster.
He was a heavyweight NHL fight champ.
Yeah. Fight. You don't talk about NHL Fight Club though.
I mean, when it comes to it, it's like Charlie Murphy describing, what he did to Rick James. I kicked the shit out of him.
Kicked the shit out of that motherfucker out the window. Oh shit! All right,
Yo,
all right.
You know what? You know, on the Charlie note, on the Charlie Murphy note, I was just laughing to myself earlier about him talking about Rick James hitting him, and the funniest shit that he said in that whole thing was that he just wrote me off like I'm just that dude to steal on.
Like I'm just that dude still on. Like, bop. Is that when he had the Unity ring on? The Unity ring.
Yeah.
Unity. You know, Rick James and Prince had a beef.
What?
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Peep game. Young Prince opened up for Rick James in Minneapolis and fucking killed it. And Rick James had to follow that shit. And Rick James was not happy. Rick James
fault.
did not like Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they had a beef.
Fuck it.
Man. I know they had a beef, but I know where they could go after the fact.
Where?
As our next sponsor.
Talib Family Bar and Grill for when you and the family want to do some shots.
I'm Plexico Burris, and I don't remember if I approved of this message. Ah, yes. Food for the whole family.
Beautiful segue, by the way.
It was very good.
That was beautiful. That was great. That was great.
Kenny, fucking high five, sir. All right.
I've been killing it on the segues.
Killing it. All right. So,
Like I'm Paul Blart Mall Cop.
sir, cue the music. Greetings, I'm Dirk Digley of the Philadelphia Digglers.
And I'm Kenneth Dorksworth of the Connecticut Dorksworth.
And we are here to give you Dirk Digley's shitty game time beer of the week. All right, and we have this week's shitty beer of the week. We have a double pleasure for you today, so to speak. We have Flying Dog Bleacher Beer.
Local brew?
Local brew out of a can that I dropped.
A couple times.
So let's give this a quick spin. Hold on, grab your Flying Dog there. Excuse me. Hold on. All right, so if I could bottle all the excitement of baseball and put it into a beer, it's this one. So if you know how I feel about baseball, you know that I don't feel it's exciting at all.
So this is like bowling for me.
This is like if you took Budweiser and made it suck less, but still didn't add to the flavor of it. This is what it is to me. Like seriously,
Wow.
Budweiser by itself is pretty disgusting, right? Because it's got rice in it. But it's like
hate rice?
like MGD has more character than this shit does.
Alright.
Right? It's just such a. All right, is this a game time beer? Of course, you can fucking drink
can
these,
fucking pound
and
these.
not think about what you're drinking at all.
You could drink these at Camden Yards and not get nearly as obnoxious and embarrassing as you guys did.
They're 4.6%. All right, look, we still got to.
I know you don't.
We still got to go over what happened to everybody.
Oh, we did.
Nah, we didn't.
Whoa.
Nah, we didn't. We got to go over what happened with Brandon and Johnny and me.
Like seriously, how is the legal process going with the Odell Beckham thing there, Brandon?
I'm not at liberty to speak about that at the moment.
All right, very cool.
It's a
Very
pending
cool.
case.
Did you guys find Wakanda?
Yeah, I told you, it's a club in Atlanta. It's dope.
It's dope.
All right, man. I'm telling you, man. Like seriously, I was just worried that both of you wound up in Wakanda, Illinois.
Ooh, boy. Nice.
Nah, man.
So where you at on the Flying Dog, Kenny?
You know what? It's smooth. You know, it's not really spectacular.
It's not.
It's if I had to compare it to any sports champion, I'd say it's the 2011 Berlins.
This tastes like Coors Original.
Yeah,
That's what it reminds me of.
it's smooth, but it's not very original.
Yeah, it's just kind of there.
It has that one great feature.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, like the Bruins had they were smooth, they were unoriginal, and they had a great goalie.
nice. All right,
So
cool.
it sounds like it's not that completely shitty.
No. I just wouldn't like. I'm never gonna buy it again. But that's not because it's terrible. It's because it's just not great enough for me to.
How
want
about
to
our
spend
other
money on
shitty
it
one?
again. I'd go with
Gotcha.
Hams over this because Hams is so much cheaper, and they kind of
They mirror in taste.
they're kind of similar. So
Party with hams.
party with
All right.
everybody. Hand me one of those Bud Lights, man.
All right, it is time for our second shitty beer. That's right, bonus
Bud Light Orange,
Bud Light L'Orange.
brewed
What the
with
hell?
Dude, look, I saw this shit, and it's obnoxiously gold in color.
It's a light lager
Yeah.
brewed with real orange peels and citrus flavors.
Natural.
It looks like
citrus
some
flavor.
Shasta shit. Like
It tastes like some Shasta shit. Hold on, let's run this.
Like, seriously, I drink them soda.
Remember those pixie sticks?
This is Orange
Remember
Crush.
Remember
Yes.
pixie sticks?
yeah.
Like putting beer in. This is Skittlebrow.
That's what. Yes, it's overly sweet.
This is Skittlebrow.
See, Bud Light
Dump
Lime.
a bag of Skittles in a Bud Light, and you've got this.
That sounds terrible. But
But my brother and I, Brer Dork and I, we did that all the time.
that makes a lot of sense. I see how
Shut
doing
the
that.
fuck up with your judgment.
I'm just, I'm just over here judging. You know me,
Judgy McJudgerson.
judging McJudgerson. But no, is this a game time beer?
Yes. Definitely.
If you're a fan of Bud Light Lime, this is way more. This is way over the top compared to Bud Light Lime. Is it bad?
Yeah, lime is more subtle.
Is it bad? No, but it's definitely a departure from what you may be used to. So
I
Yeah,
hope they
guess.
don't. I hope they resist the urge in October to come out with Bud Light Pumpkin Spice.
none of you spoken it into existence is gonna fucking happen.
Oh, shut up there.
No, Flying.
Nobody listens to this show.
There was a bunch of pumpkin spice beers this year. You don't remember last year? There was a shit
know,
ton of
I
pumpkin
know,
spice
I know.
beers.
Pumpkin don't need to go in shit else.
And then potato salad does not need raisins, God damn it, Karen.
No kidding.
No.
I feel like her name is Karen. She does not season her food. And she put the raisins in her potato salad.
You are all wrong!
All right. So, both of the beers are game time beers. If you want
Yes.
to try it out, the bleacher beer more so than the orange, but the orange is a bold departure. If you're scared of trying new things, but you kind of want to, then I guess you go with the orange. That's where I'm at on that. So on to our shitty hot takes.
Oh, wow. Did you see it?
Yeah, it's in the sky. And
Holy super shitty indefensible hot takes, Diggler. What are we going to do now?
Johnny Dork to the take mobile. Okay, hold on. I guess I just gotta get this started. Hold on. It takes a minute. It's kind of old. All right.
Really?
All right. I think. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good to go. All right. So,
Dirt Digley.
Dirt Digley, shitty hot take. Well, you know what? I was struggling this week to come up with a shitty hot take because there's like a whole lot of shit going on, but not a whole lot of shit going on. Here's how I feel. Houston wins the championship.
What?
It's supposed
Wow.
to be a shitty take. It's supposed to be a shitty take.
I don't know how I'd feel about Harden and Paul touching the trophy.
Yeah. So it's a shitty take. So also
It's
Stephen A. Smith finally gets fired. That's my other take.
That's wow, dude. Those are some
Wow.
abruptly shitty hot takes.
Well, I'm on the fly, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, well, you know what? We'll allow it. That's what we do here. Sometimes it's tough to come up with shitty hot takes. I know Brandon and Gianni, you all struggle too.
Yes.
And
I got
more than likely, the reason for the abruptness and brevity of Dirt's hot takes is because he had to go pee. Yeah, called you out. Anyway, my shitty hot take for this week, and y'all gonna like this one because it's woke. The NFL will be exposed for fraud and collusion in the Eric Reed and Colin Kaepernick cases, but
Right.
it will happen the same day that Donald Trump tweets about firing Betsy DeVos while simultaneously making peace with North Korea, because that would get buried at the bottom of the news cycle.
Right.
But seriously, can we fire Betsy DeVos and get a competent Secretary of Education,
It would
please?
be great. It would be.
You know what?
Awesome.
I think he'd fire Ben Carson before he fired her.
Oh, right, because she's a white lady.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
That whole
like,
thing.
we have a better chance of getting the actual Teddy Ruxpin doll from Kimmy Schmidt that yells, "White lady!" But, that's my thing there. Like, seriously, that's my shitty hot take, that we're actually going to get the NFL to be nailed for this shit.
Right.
But anyway, who's got a shitty hot take after me?
I got this one.
Fucking
Got
A,
it.
Brandon.
Go.
Just jump on it. Do it. Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Way too excited.
Dirt, you got to hear this shit.
I'm listening.
My shitty hot take is this. The Cleveland Cavaliers will go on to win the championship. However, in the wake of this, Skip Bayless is actually going to open his mouth and give LeBron James credit for being a champion without giving him a backhanded compliment.
Whoa. Whoa.
Wow.
That, sir, is just too heavy.
That's some shitty shit.
I don't know.
That is a shitty hot take.
Like, I can see it happening, but I can't really see it happening. Like give me fucking Skip Bayless, dude.
I mean, seriously,
That's a
you have
good
more
shitty take.
chance of me not mentioning the New
you know
England
what?
Patriots on this show.
Yeah, that's layered. That's really layered.
It's
That's
really
a lot.
nuanced. I like it.
All right,
Yeah.
but hey, yeah,
Fucking layered. Yes.
like it. Gianni.
So here's what I got. Des Bryant's not gonna get signed. People are just gonna be like just really
At
tired
all?
of his shit. Like he doesn't. No, he's out the NFL. And then I think that since no one's gonna sign him, that he's going to switch sports, Michael Jordan style, and he's gonna play for the Dallas Mavericks because I feel like Mark Cuban may be the only dude crazy enough to sign him at this point.
That's a really shitty take.
Wow.
That's pretty shitty.
That's pretty
Yes.
shitty.
But that's
But
what
I
we
think-
specialize
I mean-
here.
It is.
It you said shitty, so that's what I was going with. But I think he actually could be a decent two guard. I think he could be good.
Well, you
I
never
think
know.
he could play with Kevin Durant.
Honestly, I think NBA level shit talking would make him fucking lose his shit.
No. I said he could play with Kevin Durant for a reason. Why is that reason?
Because he's a bitch.
That's right. He's a bitch.
Oh wow!
Yep.
That was cold-blooded.
So, hey, look, man.
I think we need to get I think that we need to get like a sound bite of Riley saying that.
I have one. It's just, it's low.
Yeah, it's like,
'Cause he's a
seriously.
Bitch.
Yeah, it's got to be subtle. And we did that for our first show last year.
We did it. We did it for the first show.
We were
last
talking
year.
about the finals.
Yeah, we talked about Kevin Durant being a bitch.
My God, it's almost been a year since you and I have been doing this regularly.
It's been, hey, it's good times,
Here's
man.
the anniversaries, baby.
Here's the anniversaries, baby. So, hey, look,
Yes.
fuck, man, it feels like it's been forever, and it kind of has been, but we're
And
back.
it might be forever
has
till we
been.
do another show.
Yeah, it could be another window before we do another show. We
I think we got to get one more in before I turn 40.
You know, we
It's coming
should.
soon.
We should.
It is, yeah.
I kind of feel like I got to figure out a way to record one of these from a bar, actively, recklessly drinking. I feel like I need to figure that logistics out.
Well, it's their Google Hangout thing.
Well, no, actually, like bringing a computer to record because they can't
Yeah,
record
yeah,
the phone.
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like, hey, look, if you got any suggestions, hit us up at dirtdiggler2023@gmail.com because we would love to give you the bestest, drunkest show possible.
Oh, fuck me.
In fact, you know what? If you want to donate money to get Gianni a plane ticket out here so we can all
Like,
be shit hammered
seriously.
in a bar recording this shit, that's even
like,
fucking
like,
better.
like, I think we should do the next
Yes.
show from the Dorkiversary.
The Dorkiversary.
There you go.
Scotch. Yum,
Scotch,
yum,
scotch,
yum. In my belly. Down you go. All right, hey, look, everybody. Thanks for joining us for Dirt Diggler's Shitty Sports Show. It's oh shit, I forgot to mention Facebook. I changed the name of the show on Facebook. Before, it was Dirt Diggler's Shitty Sports Show, but the I in shitty was the number 1.
Yeah.
I was allowed to change it to Dirt Diggler's Shitty Sports Show, spelled as it should be, with no numbers.
Because
I don't know, because
of all that, you're a real account.
yeah, I'm a real account. So, if you have decided to look us up now, you have to actually type in Dirt Diggler's Shitty Sports Show, spelled like such.
SHITTY.
Yep, and you can find us, and we're also always on YouTube and Mixcloud. But yeah, so I just wanted to say that real quick before we departed. But hey guys, it's been real,
It has been fun.
and it has been real fun. So Dirt.
Dork.
Brandon.
Gianni.
Out!
Out.